let's get it rock and rolling. Here we go. We're on. Hey guys, how you going? So down BKRsport. We are live as the Indians are back on show against the Namibians, and the Indians need to have a really good big time showing here because we've had actually quite a big day in the cricket world because it was actually really surprising. Nepal got whooped by Italy. Nepal got absolutely dog-walked by Italy, which is crazy considering that Nepal was literally one shot away from beating England, who lost the West Indies last night, mind you. But Nepal were one shot away from beating England. Italy, against Scotland, got beaten by 73 runs and didn't look even close to being in that game. And then Italy go and get a 10-wicket win with 44 balls left. Nepal all out for 123. Italy got 124 without losing a wicket. What a day that is. What a result that is for the Italians with the Mosca brothers. Justin Mosca getting 60 not out. Anthony Mosca getting 62 not out. That is a phenomenal result there. So that really gets you going for these upsets because that is an upset. We saw the first upset last night with the West Indies and England. And you go to that Sri Lanka-Oman game, and Sri Lanka also dogged walk Oman, but that's not really a surprise. They won by 105 runs, scoring a whopping 225, so the highest score in this World Cup right now. It is the Sri Lankans on 225, and then it would be South Africa who got 213 against Canada, and then I think it was 207 that Scotland got when they took on Italy. So they're the top three for the highest score so far. But I will tell you, tonight is a very good chance for India to break that. Tonight is a very good chance because this is at Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi. And in the IPL, I'm pretty certain this has an average. This has an average of over like 200. Then again, actually, wait a second, I should hold up on that. And Namibia won the toss and elected to bowl. Very interesting decision here. So Arun Jaitley Stadium, first innings average. First innings average is like above 200 in the IPL last year, man. Which means this should be a pretty good damn well pitch. Alright, so I'm just getting this up now. It's loading it all up. Okay, so last year... Oh, no, that's a test. Hold on. For 536. Hold on a second. Average first inning score in tests was 536. And the second, in 2023, it was 263. And then in 2025, it was 518. What? That's crazy. All right, so T20I. Now I've got the T20I matches up. So average first inning score here. So last year in the IPL, it was 221. Oh my gosh. Again, that's IPL, and that's with Delhi. But 221 at this stadium was the average first inning score. There has been, I think, one game here, which was 156. Now, I'm not too sure which game that was. I'm going to scroll back to see who scored 156. It might have been the Namibia versus Netherlands game. It was. It was Namibia versus Netherlands, and Namibia were the ones... who led that with that 156 in the first innings. So, yeah, maybe they just don't fancy it considering they only got to the 156, but I do fancy India to whack big tonight because this is usually a pretty heavy-hitting stadium. Looking at that 2025 IPL average score and 2024, that is absolutely massive. And the outcomes of T20I matches in Delhi, the team batting first won 44.4% of the time. Team batting second won 55.6% of the time. So that's, I guess, why Namibia have decided to bat second here. But I think that they've actually made a little bit of a mistake. I do. I feel like they've made a bit of a mistake, but maybe I could be wrong here. Just based off of the stats overall, it doesn't look like really you should be sending the Indians in to bat first. Sure, if you're taking on just a random team, just taking on any team, sure, then maybe you bat second. But when you're taking on India, coming off a game against the USA, which arguably they should have lost if not for that dropped catch of Suryakama Yadav on 15, who went to get 84 against the Americans, and they ended up winning by 29 runs. I just feel like that's the wrong decision here, based off of context, because India are going to come out absolutely firing, in my personal opinion. Now, their team today, Sanju Samson, Ishan Kishan, who's the wicketkeeper, Tilak Varma, Suryakama Yadav, captain, Hardik Pandya, Shivam Dubey, Rinku Singh, Aksa Patel, Ashdeep Singh, Varun Chakravarthi, and Jasprit Bumrah. Now, Bumrah coming in is a massive one because he wasn't there for that game against the USA. He is there now. Chakravarthi is actually number 1 on the ICC rankings in T20s for bowling. He is number 1 across the board. We'll get into all those rankings in a second. First off, we'll get into Namibia's team. Jan Franleek, Luren Steenkamp, Nicole Lofty-Eaton, Gerhard Erasmus was the captain, JJ Smith, you may know that name, Zane Green, who was the wicketkeeper, Ruben Trumpelman, Milan Kruger, Bernard Scholz, Ben Shikongo, and Max Hingo. So that is a Namibian team. You won't know a great deal about them. Their form coming into this World Cup, so they obviously played the Netherlands once already, and they lost by 7 wickets with 12 balls left. They obviously, the Netherlands, the Dutch only had to chase down a 156. It was relatively close in the end, 12 balls left, but with that being said, still convincing enough there for the Netherlands. Before that, they took on India A and gave up 197 runs to them. Namibia had 67 on the chase, so 197 was well out of their reach. That was in Singhali, BCCI Centre of Excellence. Where is Singhali? I've never heard that name before. A village in India. Obviously, I know it's in India, but where is Singhali? Where is it close? Close to Bangalore. Okay, just outside of Bengaluru there, Bangalore. So yeah, they took on India A and got absolutely whooped in that game by 130 runs. They beat Scotland actually in a warm-up match by 6 runs, which is actually quite big. They scored 226, so it's not like they're batting. They can't bat overall. They do know how to bat, but they're coming up against a pretty good team here. That was also at Singhali at the BCCI Centre of Excellence. And then we go back to a game in a one-off against South Africa, and would you have it, Namibia beat South Africa by 4 wickets, 0 balls left. They were chasing 134. They got 138. What a fantastic performance that is from Namibia, but they did lose to Zimbabwe by 7 wickets with 4 balls left in a World T20 qualifier. They beat Tanzania by 63 runs, but kind of whatever. They beat Malawi by 8 wickets with 73 balls left. They were only chasing 71. Beat Nigeria, scored 235 and won by 117 runs, and beat Kenya by 136 runs by scoring 241. So it's not like they can't score, but overall, you're not really looking for them in this game to score anything like that on the basis that this is India. You know, India is ranked as the number 1 ICC ranking T20I team. They're coming off the back of a fantastic series where they dominated the living shit out of the Kiwis 4-1. They won their first game, India over New Zealand, by 48 runs. They won the second game by 7 wickets with 28 balls left. They won the third game literally in half an innings. 8 wickets, 60 balls left. They were chasing 153. They got 155 in literally 10 overs. Crazy stuff there for India. Abhishek Sharma, I think, had a killer in that one. Needs to have a better game. Oh, he's not playing tonight. I just realised that Sharma is not here tonight, but I'm sure he'll be there for Pakistan on Sunday. And then the fourth game, they lost to New Zealand. New Zealand won by 50 runs. And in the fifth game, India beat New Zealand by 46 runs. So they cleaned up that series 4-1. And then when they had a World Cup warm-up match, they scored 240 runs past the South Africans to win by 30 runs there. South Africa still got 210. And then they played the USA and won by 29 runs, but that was a very close game that arguably they should have lost there. So they need to really turn this up, man. They need to turn up the heat on this tournament, and they need to dominate Namibia tonight to get everyone back on their side and to get everyone believing in India again from an Indian perspective, because right now, England don't look like they're even a chance as we currently speak with how they've been performing. Australia, so injured, so depleted, but Stevie Smith comes into the team. Huge game against Zimbabwe tomorrow. For them, we're seeing New Zealand really do well in regards to the batting, but the bowling's a little bit shaky. South Africa, don't even really know what to say about them. They've won their first 2 games. First one, they bat really well against Canada, but their bowling just wasn't fantastic, and they still gave 156 runs there to the Canadians. And then you go to the game against, who was the next game? So I'm going to put this on... I'm going to put this on mute here. Then you go to their game yesterday against Afghanistan, which was one of the greatest T20 games of all time, went 2 super overs. South Africa probably should have lost that game if the Afghanistanis just held their nerves with those last 3 balls, but they obviously didn't. And South Africa ended up getting that win there. So they look a little bit shaky. And Pakistan, we just never know what we're going to get from them, right? We just never know. They're super inconsistent. They've been looking pretty decent against the USA, but they struggled to beat the Netherlands and probably should have lost to the Netherlands. So there's a lot going on here. here. A lot going on, and that's why I feel like India need to have a big breakout win here tonight against Namibia to get everyone firing on all cylinders in this team. Now, in regards to the batting rankings in the top 100, guys, obviously hit that like button and subscribe if you are new around here. I know we didn't do the first 2 games today, but I know we are absolutely pumping this Cricket World Cup right now. Abhishek Sharma is number 1 on the ICC rankings. You can discuss that and debate that, but he is number 1 there. He's not playing tonight, though, so that's a big win for the Namibians. However, Tilak Varma, he is in number 4, and he is in number 3 for the game tonight. So Tilak Varma, he is the 4th best batter in the world right now on the rankings. Surya Yadav, he's number 6. They've got some fantastic batting here, the Indians. And then you move down, and it goes all the way down to 32 to find Ishan Kishan. So they've got some really big boppers, but then they do drop off into the 30s for the next man of Ishan Kishan. And then you've got Shivam Dubey in 41, Shubman Gill in 43. Hardik Pandya in 54, Sanju Samson in 56, Rinku Singh in 62, and is that about it? I think that's actually it. That is it for the batting for them. On the other hand, Namibia, where is their first batter? It is a while till we get to their first batter. Gee whiz, Namibia, do they have a batter here? Wow, do they have a single batter in the top 100? Oh, they do. Gerhard Erasmus is 85th. So their first one comes at 85. And then Nicholas Darwin is in number 90. Now, is Nicholas Darwin playing here today? He is not. So Darwin is not here. And that is it. So the only player in the top 100 they've got playing in the batting tonight is Gerhard Erasmus. And then we move across to the bowling department. And India obviously have Varun Chakravarthi as number 1. And then Ashdeep Singh is number 14. Jasprit Bumrah is number 15. Akshar Patel is number 17. So they've got plenty in the top 30 here. Kuldeep Yadav is equal 23rd with the Kiwis. Mitchell Santner. Ravi Bishnoi not playing. He's in 25. They've got so many great bowlers here, India. And then it drops off after that, though, but they've got plenty up top. You got Hardik Pandya in equal 63rd with South Africa's Kangisa Rambada and also Lockie Ferguson from New Zealand. Washington Sundar not playing. He's in equal 72nd with Pakistan Shadab Khan. And that is it for them. But they've got some real massive boppers at the top of this ICC rankings. And then for Namibia, are we going to see anybody here in their bowling department for the top 100? Not in the top 50 at the moment. Not in the top 50. Not in the top 60. Not in the top 70. Not in the top 80, we're not. Not in the top 9. We do get in the top 90. 85th is Bernard Schultz. Bernard Schultz is in 85. He is definitely playing tonight. And that is it. So they've got 1 in the top 100 for batting and 1 in the top 100 for bowling there, the Namibians tonight. It's going to be a tough one when you've got India just dominating in both regards to the rankings. So look, I'm going to predict India to win. I'm going to say that they set up a target here of a massive score. I did go a massive 300 for the game against the USA, and they disappointed greatly. But I just feel like here at Delhi, knowing full well that average last year in the IPL was at 221, which is an absolute ridiculous average for a first inning score. They're looking to bounce back. They're looking to power forward. Surely India don't disappoint here. If they disappoint, that's not really my problem. But like if they disappoint, then I put my hands up and say, geez, I was wrong, but good on the Namibians. I don't want to disrespect Namibia here, but I'm just saying that if you look across the rankings, you look at the context of how this game should operate, you probably would be saying India do come out and dominate. But guys, let's go have some fun. Let's talk about the game. Let's watch on. The first bowl's about to come in any moment now. Obviously, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're slapping it down, and it is a friendly reminder about the West Indies game last night. Ooh, up at a Wendy's, son. Up at a Wendy's. Shatij says, hey, mate, get around you, Shatij. Bretton says, Bumrah makes a return. Oh, by the way, you love my new hat? Always open. It's from 7-Eleven. I got it because I'm always streaming. So I'm always open here on BKRsport. But I got it from 7-Eleven here in Vietnam. I got it as a joke, but I actually don't mind the hat. I actually think it looks pretty cool. I actually don't mind it. Ooh, I got a hair in front of my face right now. There we go. Brisbane Broncos for life says I got called a hater on your Instagram post. Yeah, but if you don't think the Titans are going to go undefeated from here on out, if you don't, yeah, If you don't think the Titans are going to never lose a game ever again, then you are a hater. You know, yeah. Come on, like don't be silly now. I'm going to have my coconut coffee here, and I'm going to enjoy this game, knowing full well the Titans may never ever lose a game ever again. What does it say? The hat says always open, mate. We're always open here on BKRsport. We are always open, son. Always streaming. Is Sharma injured or just resting? Apparently, it was a sickness, if I'm not mistaken. Apparently, it was a sickness. Abhishek Sharma. I'm pretty certain it was just a sickness. Like, he should be fine for the game against Pakistan. He was recently hospitalised due to a stomach infection after landing in Delhi ahead of the second contest. Yeah, so it's just a sickness, and I do believe that he should be. But he was hospitalised, but he also was released pretty quickly. He also was released pretty quickly, so I'm just replying to something here. You're a big old hater, Brisbane Broncos for life. But Carl says, hey, what happened to Blue Hat Guy? Blue Hat Guy's turned into always open guy. He's always open here. I was going to ask you last night, but I fell asleep at the end of the game. Have you seen all the Ben Stokes injury updates? Oh, no, I have not. Let's go have a look at that bad boy. Ben Stokes. May not look like it, but Stokes shares gruesome update on freak cricket injury. What's happening here? Okay, let me just watch this first bowl, and then I'm going to read up on that. Always open like Nana's Plaza. Yeah, of course you're thinking about Nana's Plaza, aren't you? Okay, first bowl. Namibia, what do you do here? Trumpelman is the opening bowler. And it will be probably a wide here to start off with. Yep, it is a wide. So they start off with a wide. Not a fantastic start there. Not a fantastic start. Let me just move that down so you can see the full lot there. Okay, so now let's go across here and update this scorecard so you can see the Indians. The Indians here. Shan Kishan and Sanju Samson are the two openers for India. There we go. Timorese says, with a $2 donation, 1 second, that is going to be a dot ball. Timorese says, with a $2 donation, to Gruder's on fire, your defence is terrified. Your defence is terrified. It's a fact. It is. It is. Thank you very much for your dono. And it's a fact. The Dolphins are shit scared. They're shit themselves. Everyone's scared of the absolute dominance that's coming on here. Everyone's scared. Never going to lose a game ever again. You know, it's just a fact at this point. That's why I said on my Instagram post. So 0.1 overs in, and it's a 1-0. The only legitimate delivery was a dot ball, but that's going to go away for... Oh, there was a man on the boundary there, so it'll just be a single. Kishan off the mark with a 1, and Samson will come on strike. I wonder if Suryakama Yadav is going to have a big game again here today. He needed it. Okay, let's have a look at Ben Stokes. England captain Ben Stokes has successfully undergone eye surgery after being struck by a cricket ball in a freak incident early this month. 34-year-old suffered a severe facial injury during a net session whilst coaching Durham's academy players in an indoor centre. Last week, he shared a picture of the injury on Instagram with his right eye heavily swollen and bruised, a graze in his cheek and lip, and a bandage stuffed in his nose. Yikes. I didn't know anything about all this. Didn't know anything. It was last week that this happened too. You should see the state of the cricket ball. Stokes uploaded another photo to social media on Tuesday, capturing the post. May not look like it, but the surgery was a success. Oh, well, at least everything's going well for him, but damn, God bless him. Next ball, and that's going to be a dot ball. Surely India pump. Surely India pump here. It's not yet known when Stokes can return to cricket, but he will be a part of the England Lions coaching staff for the development side series against Pakistan's Shaheens in the United Arab Emirates next month. A development side, okay. Elsewhere, Stokes is also recovering from an adductor injury suffered during... Geez, he's just injured everywhere at the moment, Ben Stokes. Injured everywhere. He's got an adductor injury and everything. Oh, swing and a miss. Wow, that was close. So in T20 I's, the average first inning score is 169. In the IPL, it was 221 last year. So that is a major difference. It's a major difference. But then again, specifically that Namibia game where they went out to 156, isn't a great look into it. Next bowl here from Namibia, Trumpelman. Is he out? Oh my gosh, that was close. This is a shaky start here for India again. It is. It's a shaky little start here. 0.5 overs in. Hey, listen, I'd love to be completely wrong here. I'd love to be completely wrong, but surely they get off their World Cup with a bit more dominance. Unless they're luring everyone into a false sense of security. That is going to be absolutely smashed for a 6, that one. That's gone for a 6 from Samson, and they are underway here. 8-0 after 1 over. This guy has got a full MS Dhoni, but he basically carved into his whole body. It's 8-0, 1 over in. So can we just confirm, Shatish, are you looking to buy any motorbikes today? Like, are you on target for your motorbike purchase, or what's happening? I will suggest an elevator before the motorbike. I will suggest that. But is the stream working smoothly? Because it was only the cricket streams yesterday that struggled. Did the Italian Stallions get up? They got up. The Italian Stallions, Brenton. Mate, did they get up all right? They got so far up, they won by 10 wickets. 10 wickets against Nepal. They won by 10 wickets. Do you watch the great cricketer, guys? I don't really get to watch and consume too much content outside of what I do because of how busy and how much I do. I do so much content, man, that I do need a life outside of social media when I'm not streaming. So I don't get to consume too much content. I used to be able to, but I don't really anymore. That is going to go straight to the field, and it'll be a dot ball. It's Chikongo who is bowling. Are you having me on? Brenton, I'm actually not having you on, bro. Like, I'm not. It's Italy beat Nepal by 10 wickets today. I'm not shitting you. It's a crazy result, man. It really... Travis is licking his lips right now at that group. It's not a group of death, but it's ended up being a really heavily competitive group. It really has. The Moscow boys, they both got like 60 runs apiece. Next bowl here from Chikongo, and that is going to go for just a single to the boundary. Shitish with the 100 rupee donation. Get around your Shitish. Thank you very much for the dono, brother. Thank you very much. The grade cricketer guys. Are these like content creators? Grade Cricket is a popular Australian cricket satire brand founded and hosted by Ian Higgins and Sam Perry, focusing on the humorous, often delusional culture of club cricket. Maybe I would have seen them on social media at some point. Anyway, thank you, Shatish. Thank you very much, brother. Maybe I would have seen them at some point, but I'm not too sure off the top of my head. Again, I'm not too well versed in other content at the moment with how flat-out I am. Next bowl. Oh, that's an absolute whack for a 6 from Samson. And that is a big-time 6 off of the back of Chikongo. First 2 bowls were pretty good, but that's the 222nd 6 in this tournament. Sam Perry related to Elise Perry. You have to ask Night Eyes for that one, mate. Anyway, why? Is there like a reason? Did they do something, did they? I'll check them out after this, though. I'll have a look at them tonight and whatnot. I'm assuming they're like content creators. I'm assuming, because that Google review didn't really tell me a fantastic amount. Yeah, that Group C, man. West Indies. England are currently 4th in their group. After 2 games each, West Indies are 1st, Scotland are 2nd, Italy are 3rd, England are 4th, and Nepal are 5th. That's crazy. Oh, Samson's gone again for a 6 here. He's gone again for a 6, and that is sent to the rafters. 3rd 6 for Samson. He has not hit anything except for a 6 right now. 3 6s in a row, and it's 21 for nothing through 1.4. West Indies are 1st with a 1.625 net run rate. Scotland are 2nd with a plus 0.950 run rate. Italy are minus 0.352 run rate. England are minus 0.650 run rate. Nepal are minus 1.854. Nepal are basically done. Their tournament is effectively done right now. England are on the ropes, mate. They need to beat Scotland. Oh, it's a beautiful shot from Samson. He's hit a boundary every ball so far. That's a 4, and he's on 26. That is a 4, and he's on 26. If England don't beat Scotland, they don't get out of the group stage. That England-Scotland game is absolutely huge. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stream that game because I'll be doing the NRL, but that is a massive game. Carl says, surely after the Ashes and now this in the World Cup, we are going to make a change at the top of English cricket. You'd hope so, Carl, but they're probably not going to. You know they're probably not. You do have your summer, obviously, on lock after this. We know pretty much your entire schedule. So after you finish this tournament, oh, 1 second, that's in the air. It's in the air. Should be taken, and Samson's gone. He went too big. Man. Samson is gone. That's 1 wicket. It's 25 for 1 through 2 overs. So he went big and slapped 22 runs past him with a 6, a 6, a 6, a 4. And then he goes. He's out. Samson is gone. 1 wicket down. 25 for 1 through 2 overs. So, yeah, like your year this year in England, you've got 3 tests coming up against New Zealand, which we'll be live for here in June. And then you play a 5-game T20 series against India in England. And then you play 3 ODIs against India in England. And then in August, you play Pakistan in 3 tests in England. And then you play Sri Lanka in 5 T20s in England. And that gets you through to September. Should I back over to 232.5? What would you have done? Well, again, the IPL last year in the first average innings score was 221, which is massive. You've seen a wicket here early. We have seen Namibia come here and get 156 as their score against the Netherlands. I would say under. I know it's tempting, mate. I know 232.5 is very tempting, but I just feel like there's still a little bit of shakiness about this India team, even though I thought they would be really dominant in this game. I still feel like there's a little bit of shakiness here, and it's like they want to overperform. And because they overperform, which is what we've just seen from Sanju Samson, because they overperform, they do get out. You know, so Tilak Varma needs to come in here and really hold the ship a little bit. Otherwise, if you lose another wicket now, you know, it's going to start to get worrying in the sense that they are overplaying their hand a bit much. So I personally would go under there. I think it is very tempting, 232.5, but do the opposite to Harrison, as Carl says, yes. Naito says, no, I was just curious because they interview Australian players and legends pretty regularly and make review videos of Australia's games, so I was just wondering if you knew who they are or watched them. I've heard the name, I don't really, get to be able to watch a great deal overall. Big wicket, he was looking dangerous. He was. And that's the thing. It feels like they're just overplaying their hand a little bit. We saw this in the game against the USA, and we've seen it again now. But yeah, doing the opposite to Harrison is always the right way to go about it because he did bet on England last night, as per usual. That is a good old Harrison thing to do. Carl, can you believe that you're the same nationality as that bloke? He's your leader. Like when you go to war, Harrison's the man to lead from the front. He is the man to lead from the front, that guy. JJ Smith, this is his over. Isn't he Scouse? I actually can't remember where he said he was from. I remember he said he was 19, but I can't remember where he said he was from. I've offered Harrison a decent commission if he tells me all his bets. Well, Harrison will pop in here from time to time and just tell us about a bet that he's doing. And then he'll pop away and the bet will lose. So you just need to pray and hope that the enigma that is Harrison just turns up and starts talking about it. That next shot will be a single for Tilak Varma to get him off the duck egg. And that'll be 27 for 1 through 2.3. Actually, big game tonight. Big game tonight. Arsenal versus Brentford. Come on, Brentford. Come on, Brentford, after a big win for City this morning. Arsenal versus Brentford in Brentford. Ooh. Brentford's a good team, man. They're in 7th position. They're in 7th. We really... Oh, mate. If Brentford pick up a win there, City are 3 points short of them. And would only be one goal difference behind or equal. Ooh, it's spicy, Shauno. It's spicy, mate. It's spicy. You know, this is what City do, mate. They just lurk. They wait. They wait to pounce. And when they pounce, they pounce, son. That's a 4 from Kishan. 4 to get them to 31 for 1 through 2.4. Hope he bets on Scotland. But you know he's not, though. You know he's going to put it all in on England. Does it come with an elevator? It has to come with an elevator. Elevator is the most important thing. Come on, Harrison, put some bets. I'm even ready to fund your bets, smaller ones only. So 451 tournament fours here. 451 tournament fours for the Indians. Kishan is on 7, Tilak is on 1. Run rate of 11.62 is ominous. And that is going to be absolutely punched for a 4. That 232.5 is real tempting. It is, but you just got to worry that they play their hand a little bit too much, man. That's the biggest thing with India. I'm really spewing I can't stream that Australia-Zimbabwe game tomorrow. Like, we don't get to stream any of the first 2 games, but yet we get to stream USA versus Netherlands. I'm really glad I don't have to stream Canada versus UAE for fairness, but Australia-Zimbabwe is a spewer to miss. Oh my gosh, he's gone! He's gone up straight away here, Kishan, but there's a wicket. He's gone up straight away, but the umpire has called him out. I thought there was definitely an edge here. And I think that Kishan knows it, because he has reviewed this immediately, but the umpire has called this out. He has called this out. Yeah, I think you can see a deviation. I think you can see a deviation there on the ball. And, yeah, he smashes it. He smashes it, mate. The noise is, like, gigantic. Microwave getting around it. Brendan says, what footy game is on when the Aussies play? The footy game that is on when the Australians play is Raiders versus Storm. I definitely can't miss that, bro. I can't miss Raiders Storm. And also, like, I'm going to stream... Could you imagine the meltdown from our rugby league audience if I miss one of the games for cricket? Like, I already had slander yesterday and I didn't even miss any rugby league games. No, it's a group stage game. If it was a playoff game, like a finals game, Super 8, or if it was in the finals, then I would do the cricket. I would. But we don't miss a single game in the finals and the Super 8s and whatnot, man. So, no, we'll be sweet. So, now we miss Zimbabwe, but just hopefully we don't see Muzarabani crunch through us or Sikandar Razar. So that is obviously not out, and it's 35 runs through 3 overs right now. If it was Storm versus Penrith, then we could skip it. I don't think so. I don't think so. Do you want me to hurt your feelings here and be honest of what kind of game we could miss? I could be honest with you here and hurt your feelings about which game. Oh my gosh, why'd they run that? They get a single, but that was very risky. Study things, you cannot miss the greatest game of Canada versus UAE, El Clasico of cricket. Study things, I think you need to study some more because I think you need to study some more things because I couldn't think of anything worse. No, like I love cricket. I'd stream it and I'd still enjoy it, but I'm definitely not missing that I miss it. I'm definitely not spewing that I miss Canada versus the UAE, especially with the fact that UAE the other day just didn't look great against... Ooh, that is going to be a sneaky shot from Kishan, and that will be a 4. 40 for 1 through 3.2. Like, I watched Canada versus South Africa, and I've watched UAE versus New Zealand. And to be fair, UAE did bat reasonably well, and Canada bat pretty well against South Africa. I'm going to back in Canada to get the win, but how do you know right now? Nepal just got beaten by 10 wickets to Italy, who got absolutely slaughtered in a game against the Scottish, and Nepal went within 1 hit of beating England. You just don't know. That is just a toss-up game between Canada and the UAE. Brenton says, you won't want to miss one of ours when the greatest spine in the comp plays. Greatest spine in the comp. I think I've heard it all now. I think I've heard it all. Do you realise that today you watched greatness play? I don't think you realise that today, Oman versus Canada. Again, Canada's not actually awful. Like, they're not good, but they're not awful. They gave a fighting chance in the batting against South Africa. It's just their bowling wasn't good enough, and South Africa's batting was able to punch them. But that Saturday night game, though, that's a good one. New Zealand versus South Africa. I'm going to be exhausted because I would have been 4 streams deep by that point. But South Africa versus New Zealand on Saturday night is going to be a belter. So another single here. So 42 for 1 through 3.4. I know, yeah. The Mosca brothers slayed Nepal. They did, Travis. Crazy stuff. Shatiz says, if Harrison starts to tell me all his bets, I will be the Airbnb king here in Jaipur. Leave alone the elevator. Mate, if he tells you his bets, you will be a millionaire and you will have... I reckon you might even put in 2 elevators in your Airbnb in Jaipur. You might even put 2 in. You'll skip the 1, you'll just do a 2. And then Jay will come and stay. Jay will stay then. Jay will stay at that point. So Shikongo gives up a dot ball there. You're happy with that? Any dot ball is good here. I feel like the max Namibia can get here is pretty much what they got the other day with the 156, but because the scoreboard pressure is going to be too much here, I feel like they'll struggle to get... I do feel like they'll struggle to get past 120 on the basis the scoreboard pressure will be too much for him. Here we go. Travis says, now I can say Scotland upset Italy. Italy have lost first match because it was their first World Cup match. Oh, Travis. He's drinking again, guys. He's on the alcohol again, the old Travis. And that is going to be a single. Scotland upset Italy. So Italy lose by 73 runs to Scotland. And Travis said that Scotland beats anybody. India, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, England, everyone on their day. But now he said that Italy are the best team in the world. He's now saying Italy the best team in the world. Let's go have a look at Italy's recent history. Have they played Jersey? Please tell me they've played Jersey. I want to see Italy versus Jersey. That's a match made in heaven. Oh, was the match abandoned without a ball bowled? Oh, damn it. That would have been an absolute match, mate. That would have been a match. Match abandoned without a ball bowled between Italy and Jersey. Now, that would have been an absolute screamer of a game. Oh, that's a screamer of a shot there from Kishan, and he'll get a 4. A boundary to start the over here. It's 47 for 1 through 4.1. So, Italy, they did lose to Uganda by 24 runs, and I know that Uganda is a massive, massive team, but they did lose to... that was ODI, sorry. That was ODI. Yeah, they play world beaters like the Isle of Man. Oh, yes. Oh, no, that game was... they also lost to Scotland by 155 runs in the World Cup Europe qualifiers in 2023. So, don't know about that. Don't know about that. Let's see if Ilias can rise a long-term 5'8" for you guys. We had a good game today. Didn't really like a couple of his fifth tackle options, but overall, he did have a good game today, which I do really appreciate. Next bolt, and that is going to be nicked in behind for a 4. Shatish, you know what? Like, the over is looking pretty promising here. It's looking so tempting. It's looking so tempting right now. 50 comes up for India. 52 for 1 through 4.3. The over 232.5 is looking super tempting. What would it be now? I'm sure it's probably actually going to be at like 240 now. Kishan is a super rising star. He'll be top 10 in batting very quickly. Well, he's not too far away, is he? I don't think he is. Next bowl. And that will be a single here for Tilak. Or might be 2. It should be 2. It will be 2. Tilak will get 9. It's 54 for 1. Kishan is currently situated... Oh, okay. Ishan Kishan is at 32. I get ya. No, he's at 32. Night Eyes. Oh, you said he's 25 and then number 25. No, he is 32. Yeah, no, he's got plenty of time. He definitely will rocket above. Next shot, and that is a 4. He's given himself room to slap at that one. And Tilak with the boundary. 58 for 1 through 4.5. They are dominating the 10 runs per over at the moment. I've placed a bet for over 71.5 in 6 overs. I like it. I think that's pretty much going to happen. Anyways, back to the cricket. No way, mate. Bretton says, yeah, JC playing as a ball runner and him with the kicking could be a decent combo. Get Zane Harrison as the 70. His kicking game is what we need. That's what we need. Next bowl. We never lose the game ever again. 15 off the over. 58 for 1 through 5. So you'd need 12 runs off of the next over to get over the 70. Sana says, hi, sir. How are you? Going all right, Sana? Pakistan looking all right at the moment for you? Did pretty good against USA. Not too good against the Netherlands, but they did pretty good against the USAs. He'd be pretty happy with that one. But a big game on Sunday for Pakistan. Ooh, that's a massive game, man. India versus Pakistan. You better be here in the chat, Sana, because it's going to be absolutely romper. Travis says, be careful, England. Italy going to smash England. I think England smashed Italy, but I do get a little bit scared for Scotland versus England. I do. I get a little bit nervous. So just keep it amicable, eh? Just like enjoy the stream, enjoy the chat. Don't bait. Just keep it calm, son. Act like we've been here before. Scotland and England going to beat England, are they, Travis? Well. No, look, it's an interesting group right now because currently the West Indies are on top of the group. Second is, as we speak, I think Scotland, and then I think it's, second is Scotland, then Italy in third, England in fourth, and Nepal in fifth. That Scotland-England game is just so big on Saturday. It is so big. JJ Smith, 69 matches, 66 wickets, economy of 6.6, 3 wicket hauls, 10. But who's he playing? Who's he playing? No, if Muncie goes off, England could easily lose. I know. You know, that is a problem. There's an issue with something here. With Kishan's bat. Kishan's bat, there's like a problem here. 5 overs down. I don't know what we're complaining about at the moment. Don't know what the Namibians are arcing up at. I'd love to see the Scottish do something there, but I do feel like England will just find a way to get through. How embarrassing would it be for them to not get out of this World Cup group stage? I'm a Muncie fan for this World Cup. Yeah, I have loved George Muncie. He's been really fun to watch. I'm a big fan of Musa Rabani from Zimbabwe. I thought he had a really good game the other day, and hope he doesn't destroy us. I'm going to have in the top corner of my screen, not on here, but on the top corner of my screen tomorrow, I'm going to have the Australia Netherlands game in the corner, and that'll be a dot ball here. No, that's why you love these World Cups, regardless of the fact that you pretty much know what's going to happen overall. You know, there's always guys that really shine out. Like for the West Indies yesterday, how good was just watching all of them play, let alone a guy like Shafan Rutherford. Shafan Rutherford. Even though that's a bigger team, but the point of the matter is that he really put himself onto the world stage. If you look at, that's going to be up in the air, and that's going to be a 6 for Kishan. It's 64 for 1 through 5.2. That is a 6. Loved watching Dockrell for Ireland, despite the fact that they've lost both their games. I think Dockrell's been pretty fun to watch for the Irish. Who else is another one? For the USA, Vance Sculliquick. I'm the biggest Vance Sculliquick fan that ever did Vance Sculliquick. I might be a bigger fan of Vance Sculliquick than his own mother at this point. Himanshu says 250 today. I predicted, again, IPL last year, first innings average score was 221. India are looking pretty good for a massive total, 60, 120, 180, 240. They're currently on pace for like a 270 kind of deal. If you add those 10, 20 runs, and I'm starting to feel like we are going to see a 250 with how they're hitting right now. I'm starting to feel it. We're 5.3 overs down and they're at 70. It's 70 with 5.3 overs gone. Yeah, Vance Sculliquick is the GOAT. Night eyes. He is the GOAT. He's got 8 wickets so far. Sana says, yeah, sure, Pakistan beat India on the 15th of February. Well, Sana, good luck with it. I don't know if I believe it, but Pakistan will frustrate India with their spin bowling. They will, especially being at Paramatasa Stadium. It will be a good game there. It will be. I think India should be able to win, but with that being said, Pakistan will limit them in those middle overs, and that game can go either way. It can. But I would probably back in India right now. Oh, it's another six. It's another six here for Kishan. Yeah, look, Himanshu, I'm backing in 250 now. I'm backing in 250. I reckon Van Scullerquick could down a bit. When I talk about goats of the game, I talk about guys like Ricky Ponting. I talk about guys like Donald Bradman. We talk about guys like the goats of the game. Brett Lee, what a fantastic bowler. Oh my goodness me. Gilchrist, spectacular. Stevie Smith, prime Mitchie Johnson. And they're there, but right behind, above guys like, just above guys like Tendulkar and Ian Botham and the likes and Marathalaran. You've got Van Scullerquick. That's another six here for Kishan, by the way. That's another six. It is another six. Sunil Gavaskar is probably the worst guy to be in the com box. I hate that dude. His commentary does get a bit annoying at times. But 82 for 1 through 5.5, they are on target for a whopping massive score here. And I said India should bounce back from that game against the Americans where they really, really disappointed. And they should absolutely get a pumping going. And guess what? They're getting a pumping going right now. Kishan is going off. Warren, how good, Brenton. But like Warnie's here. Van Scullerquick, righty. Righty. Oh my gosh, he's gone for it again. And that's going to be a 4. Wow. That over, dot ball, 6, 6, 6, 6, 4. 6, 12, 18, 24, 28 runs on the over, and that's a drinks break. And if you're Namibia, you're taking this drinks break, and you're getting off the field, you're getting on a plane, you're going home, because this is going to be an absolute whooping. Namibia might struggle to score 100 because the scoreboard pressure is going to be absolutely outrageous. And India, they're going to be on show. This is harassment versus plus bullying. It's oh man, you can't say it's embarrassing for Namibia. It's expected, but it's like this is still ridiculous. 38 runs off 2 overs. Yeah, just a measly 19 runs and over on the economy. Just a measly 19 runs on the economy. Nothing too crazy. Kishan, by the way, 30 bomba, 30 bomba, 30 bomba, ba ba da ba da ba da ba ba ba, 30 bomb, 30 bomb, 30 bomb, ba da ba da ba da ba da ba ba ba, 30 bomb. And he's done it very, very quickly here. He has done it very, very quickly. Kishan with the 50 runs. And you are not complaining with his strike rate right now. His strike rate, let's actually go have a look at his strike rate. His strike rate currently is 250. Sanju Samson got out striking at 275. Tilak Varma is 162, but 50 off of 20 balls, 5 4s and 4 6s, and those 4 6s were back to back to back to back. Get on a plane, Port Namibia. Yeah, they're in such a ridiculous group, bro. Like, if you're USA, Namibia, and who's the other team? USA, Namibia, and the Netherlands. You're just like, we've been given India and Pakistan, and the tournament is in India. You think you needed more of a trial by fire? 8 4s and 7 6s in the power play, by the way. But I don't think India's going to care about the power play. They're just going to keep playing like this. Namibia must be searching the exit during the drinks break rather than hydrating themselves 100%. Study Things says, I wish we had Abhishek Sharma. We could reach 300. Well, let's be honest, Study Things. He's also 50-50. He either goes for 300 himself or he goes for a duck. Recent form, it's either been him getting 50 plus or him getting out in the first ball. That's literally been his form recently, eh? So it says, in the PSL auction, there is a lot of young Australian players, and they're picked by some franchise. How do you see Smith in PSL? Philippi. Philippi's playing the PSL, is he? I love it. Give him more experience. Sorry, one sec. I don't really know much about the PSL. I don't think anyone really knows much about the PSL. So, keep me updated about it and how they're performing. But yeah, I'm not too sure too much about the PSL overall. And that is a hard inside edge that's going to go for a 4 from Tilak. Oh, that's so lucky, but you will get a 4. Yeah, no, you're 86 for 1 in the power play. What more do you need? It's 90 for 1 in the 6.1 overs. Like, a few times this, so times it by 3 and then add an extra couple of overs. So 90, it was 87. Let's just go 90. 90 times 3 is 90, 180, 270, and then there's still 2 overs to play. So, like, the 300 would be on that score. That will be 2 runs here. I can't get over Chris's comment last night about we recruit by offering a toilet. Chris is a character, mate. Chris is a character, mate. He's something. Yes, they are on course for 300 currently, Shatish. Namibia needs USA bowlers right now. Yeah, no, it's an absolute shit show. But he's caught. Oh, he's dropped him. You're telling me you've just dropped Tilak Varma? You're telling me you've just dropped Tilak Varma? Oh my gosh, that is such an awful drop. I actually can't get over how bad of a drop that is. That is such a bad drop. That goes straight to the hands in a perfect spot for him to grab it, and he just lets it go. Just a reminder that Tilak Varma is number 4 worldwide in the best batting department in T20 eyes. Dan says, what's the record? Is 300 on the cards? 300 is on the cards, especially when he's going to hit a 6 like this, Kishan Ishan. Especially when he's going to hit a 6 like that. And India are on target for a whooping here. No, the record is more biggest score in T20I history. I think it was like 340 or something, which is just disgraceful. I think it was, it was Zimbabwe versus Gambia, which is 344. Nepal versus Mongolia was 314. The Zimbabwe game was 2 years ago in 2024. Nepal versus Mongolia was in 2023. England against South Africa last year was 304. That was literally just last year in September. They got 304, and yet they just went and lost to the West Indies last night. India versus Bangladesh was 297 in Hyderabad in 2024. Last year, Spain beat Croatia with a 290 score. Zimbabwe against the Seychelles, 286. And that is going to be smacked for a 4. Oh my gosh. Kishan's on 60. He might be on for 200. He might be on for 200. That is the fastest 100 in this T20 World Cup. 103 for 1 through 6.5. This is just silly. This is just silly. For what I've seen in the streets there, okay. Himanshu says, even if India declares after just 10 overs, Namibia ain't chasing that. I honestly believe that Namibia will struggle today for 100. And on the basis of the scoreboard pressure, but also I said India need to come out here and have a resounding victory after that disappointment against the USA. They needed to come out and just absolutely dominate, and that's exactly what they've done here. 104 for 1 through 7. They are currently on target for 300 runs. This is reminding very similarly to what India did against New Zealand, but let's just remember, India got 155 in 10 overs against New Zealand when they were chasing them in that 5-game T20 series. In that third game, the 5-game T20 series in the third game, New Zealand had 153 and India chased it and got 155 in 10 overs. There are 7 overs now. There's 3 overs to go. If they can get another 52 runs in the next 3 overs, which isn't out of the equation, that's another 6, is it? Or is he out? Is he out? He's gone. Kishan's gone on 61. Kishan is gone on 61. Well, you needed something. You needed something. That is a big wicket there of Kishan Ishan, who was feeling it. He was feeling it. Why on earth are the Namibian fans celebrating? Oh, man, they were never expecting anything here. They were never expecting to win. Maybe they're still thinking about the England-West Indies game last night. I know why you've removed that comment there, Brenton, but just warn them before you remove it. I know it's because of the Capitals, but just warn them beforehand. Allow it to go, and then if they do it again, then you do the removing. But for the first time, just allow it. So that is a wicket for Erasmus, who is their best bowler. That match was AI. Wasn't AI, Kraken. No, I was watching it live and definitely was real. There's some happiness for the Namibians in the crowd. Yeah, let them have some fun. You Grinch, Kraken. You're just the Grinch over here. Gee whiz, Namibians having some fun and you're upset about them celebrating. You're the Grinch, mate. You're getting coal under your Christmas tree this year with an attitude like that. Leave them alone. They're watching their team down 104 for 2. What do you want them to do? Sit there and just twiddle their thumbs? No thumb twiddling here, mate. No thumb twiddling at all. Come on. Yeah, JJ Smuts is really getting into me. You got to be tougher. So Erasmus, his next bowl. And good bowl will be a dot ball. Need to really restrict them to under 290. At least you can try and slow them down a little bit here, but it's like you get past Ishan Kishad, and next in you get Surya Kamayadav. And he'll go for a swing there, and it will be a dot ball. Good bowling here. Very good bowling from Erasmus. Yeah, he was just going for another 6, and he knew it was gone. As soon as that came off of the bat, he knew it was gone. Didn't I tell you some days back that Tilak Varma will be scoring the first T20 World Cup century this edition? Yeah, but the issue is it's going to be Steve Smith tomorrow, mate. It's going to be Stevie Schmidt tomorrow, mate. Tilak there for a single. The spinner has a funky run-up. Well, he is their best bowler. What was he ranked? Like 83 or something? I think he was 83. Hold on. He was 85. No, that's Bernard Schultz. No, it was a little bit higher, actually, Gerhard Erasmus. Or was it the batting? Oh, no, maybe it was a little bit higher. Good bowl there, dot ball. Where is the Namibia? Hold on. Where is he? I swear I saw him here. Or maybe I saw him in the batting. Bernal Scott's 85. Yeah, no, he's not in the bowler. He's not the best bowler. Sorry, I think he's in the batting department. Oh, wait a second. They're trying to say this is a dead ball. There's a little bit of controversy here. So what's he done? Why? Why is that a dead ball? That's a dot ball. Fantastic over. 1 run, a wicket, and 4 dot balls. I don't really agree with that call, but sure. Yeah, Gerhard Erasmus is 85th on the batting, not the bowling. That's where I got confused. Very much the best over of the game there for Namibia. But anyway, 105 for 2 through 8. At least it was a limiting. And any kind of limiting overs like that prevent that 300 getting hit. It was a great over. Bowl formation of the pitch. Bernal Skoltz, he actually is their best bowler. He is ranked 85 on the bowling rankings. Oh no, that is such a lame glasses. The lady's got glasses on that literally just says cool. Oh, and the thing is that I know she would actually think that that's like cool. Oh no. In Australia, you get punched in the mouth for having glasses like that. In Australia, you'd be told, get those stupid glasses up, idiot. But in India, they probably do think it's cool. From how far back the bowler can deliver, is there any specific rule for that? I don't know. I didn't think there really was. That'd be a single. I feel like as long as it's a fair delivery, surely it should be fine. Yeah, since when bowling from behind the stumps become a dead ball? Bravo used to bowl a couple of them during his time. Yeah, I don't know why that's a dead ball. Like at the end of the day, it's a fair delivery. What's wrong with it? Skolt's next bolt, and that will be a single. Wow, these last 2 overs have been really limiting. I mean, really good. I don't know why he said that's a dead ball because yeah, I can't remember that being called just because he's not touching the technical pitch. Like at the end of the day, it's a fair delivery. We've seen it before, and that's on the charge there, but it'll be a single. Could be considered dangerous for the umpire. I know you're probably being serious, but like that's funny. Is there a law in cricket for how far back you can release the bowl when bowling? Okay, so this is about to tell me on ChatGPT. Yes, there is a law that effectively limits how far back you can release the ball in cricket, but it's not defined by a specific distance. Instead, it's controlled by the no ball law for throwing and the requirement for a fair delivery. Here's how it works. The key rule, fair delivery, arm action. A delivery is illegal if the bowler throws the ball instead of bowling it. No shit. That means the elbow. Yeah, that's not what I'm asking. Is there a set release point distance? No fixed measure distance. That's going to be going for probably 2 runs here for Surya Kamiyadav. No, just a 1. Good fielding. So there's no fixed measured distance from the popping crease where the ball must be released, but the delivery must be made in a continuous bowling action with a legal arm motion. So there was nothing wrong with it. Oh, wait, hold on. A delivery will also be a no ball if the bowler's back foot lands outside the return crease. That's fine. The front foot oversteps the popping crease. That's fine. The ball is thrown rather than bowled. There's nothing wrong with what that should never have been a no ball. Nathan, the Titans are never losing a game ever again, mate. Never losing a game ever again. They're going undefeated for the rest of all time. But we're currently talking about an absolutely horrific umpire's decision here where he's made up a rule. He's literally made up a rule. The umpire thought the bowler has stopped as he kept waiting for the bowler to arrive, therefore signalled the dead ball. Well, the umpire's a muppet. Yeah, there is no law, Carl. Oh, is that gone? No. It is cricket, Shatish, but like it as like in cricket does get brought up in NRL streams very briefly. It's just about reading the room. Like you bring it up briefly in rugby league streams, and in cricket it gets brought up briefly. We move on from it quickly though. Trust me, when I think it's getting too much, then I bring it back. That'll be a single, but also to Nath, like we're never losing a game ever again, mate. And also, Shatish, out of all people, out of all people here, I don't think you are going to be the one to limit the rugby league and cricket chat when you come and talk cricket and rugby league chat. Not too much, obviously, but I'm just saying. Next bowl. Oh, it's such a funky bowl, man. It's a good way to put it. Carl says, how about the rugby game earlier? Top teams, great touchdowns. Carl, you can fight it as much as you want in life, but you are a Gold Coast Titans fan, regardless of what you say. So you need to have a little bit more passion about the greatest team that ever exists in rugby league. And also a reminder that Manchester City also are going to win the league. And that will go for a 6. That will go for a 6 here from Surya Kamiyadav. That is a 6. And he's on 11. It's 119 for 2 through 9.4. They're definitely on target for 250 still. Definitely on target. But no, just so disrespectful from you to say nice start to the campaign. Mate, it's a nice run to the grand final, is what I would say. It's a nice run to never losing again. Dot ball. Still been a really good over despite the 6. 9.5 overs down. Namibia are going to have fun with a guy like with Dashboard Bomber. That's going to be nicked in for probably just a single, actually. Good fielding. His bowling action's weird, man. It's fine, but it's weird. 10 overs gone here, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. 10 overs gone. And it's 120 for 2. He did it again, but it was allowed. Yeah, I don't think this umpire knows what he's doing. I don't think he has a clue what he's doing. So a run rate of 12 currently. But I'm feeling you double 120, 240, you add 20, 30 runs, that's 260, 270. They're still on target for 260, 270 here, India. I just don't know if they're going to have the same pace as they were going at one stage. Outside of that, look, they had that 27 run over, which was massive, but I don't think they're going to have the pace to get there. I'm probably going to put them at 240, 250 is what I'm going right now. What are you guys putting? Next bolt. Oh, is he bowled? He's bowled. He's got him. He's been stumped. He's been stumped. He hasn't been bowled. He's been stumped here. And Suryakama Yadav is gone on 12. Suryakama Yadav is gone. 120 for 3. And you can tell he's not happy there. Sky is gone. Yeah, he's just reached out of that, man. He's come too far up and he's got completely done with a stumping. He's stumped. And it's 120 for 3 through 10.1. Well, there's no way they're not getting 200, right? Great answer from the keeper. No, it was good stuff and just poorly played there from Kumar. But Hardik comes in to partner up Tilak Varma. Last 20 balls, 17 runs, 2 wickets and 1 6. This has been a really good spell here from Namibia. India struggling against spin. No, I've seen that before. Is that Test cricket all over again? It's welcome back, Amanchu. Welcome back to the old Test cricket. Welcome back. India, not a fan. Considering that India is known for its spin, it's a surprise that it's a very significant surprise they don't like the old spin. Yeah, they are struggling in this last little period. Pandya, skill scale 0 to 100, acceleration is 90, control is 87, and power is 93. .8 on the run rate. I actually was going to go to a game in Delhi last year in the IPL, but I just left Delhi by the time the IPL started. I was going to go to Aaron Jaitley. I'll get there someday. Next bowl. That'll be a dot ball. Schultz, how good's he been? 1 for 5 through 1.2. The early onslaught was just wild, but since then, Namibia have fought themselves back in, not necessarily to the game and winning, but back into respect. That is going to be a single here for Hardik Pandya, and he'll be on 1. Namibian spin sounds like a rock band from the 80s. Sounds like a pretty good band to me. Yeah, Suryakama was way out. He was nowhere close to being inside his crease for that. Nowhere close. Last 22 balls, 18 runs only and 2 wickets. Single. Last 23 balls, only 19 runs. Run rate of 11.44. We were talking 300 at one stage, and now we're back to talking 220. I was planning to go to a 4 p.m. game in Jaipur, Kshitij, but I decided against that because that would have been the worst idea of my life because it was 40 degrees. That would have been the worst idea that I've ever had in my entire life. Brenton says 208, I reckon. Surely they still find a way to get above the 225 that Sri Lanka got. Surely. They were looking at 300 at one stage of this game, and now we're talking 208. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying like it's crazy that we've gotten here, and we're getting just 2 from it. 1 for 7 here from Scholz in 2 overs. He's playing unbelievable. Someone needs to drug test Scholz because 3.5 on the economy with 1 wicket is unbelievable. That's really good numbers. Really, really good numbers. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. By the way, Nate, I've been noticing that you've been up watching these real late night games in New South Wales. I know Brenton's up because he's got a young one, but do you go to bed like super, super late as well? Do you, night owl? Because what's it for you? It's 10, 11, 12, 1:30 a.m. in the morning. I know we've still got about a good another 2 hours left of this game, so this won't finish until probably about, I think it usually finishes about 4 a.m. for you. 12 a.m. for me here in Vietnam, and I think 4 a.m. for you there in New South Wales. Now, I'd really like to probably sneak past India again next year, to be honest with you. I can't this year, but I wouldn't mind a sneak past next year. That's going to end up being a single here for Hardik Pandya. 124 for 3. Have been lately, mate. Too many bets, not enough work. Well, you know what, Nath? As long as you're winning, fire up. But then again, you bet on the underdogs, so there's not been too many underdog victories besides yesterday with the West Indies. Oh, good ball, top ball. Yesterday with the West Indies and then today with Italy. Mate, if you had got on Italy, that would have been a great underdog victory. Mo says, did you see the new ICC rankings? I'm from Zimbabwe, yeah, and even I think it's crazy. Raza tops all-rounders and Evans moved up 15 places in the bowling. Really? Raza has gone to the top of the all-rounders? Wowee. Has he really? Sikandar Raza is number 1 all-rounder. That is a bold call from the ICC rankings. He's caught. Tilak Varma is gone. And they are coming back into this game, Namibia. It's 124 for 4. India are collapsing right now. India are collapsing right now, dude. Erasmus gets a wicket here. They were on target for 300 at one stage. Now we're talking, are they going to get to 200? They're picking wickets here. I don't think Namibia win this game regardless, but like, hello? Get that, India. Hello? I guess it's leaning to what I said at one stage at the beginning of the game where they just keep biting off more than they can chew. And just keep, yeah. I don't know, they just keep going for a bit too much than what they probably should. Yeah, Himanshu, that was Kshitij. He's been telling me for days that Tilak Varma would be the first player to get 100. And I say it's going to be Stevie Schmidt, mate. It's going to be Stevie Schmidtmeister for Australia. Steve Smith is going to hit 300. We're going to hit 400. Don't forget you're coming to England next year. We'll see what we can do. But I'm pretty sure I'm meant to be a bit more of Asia still next year and then off into Africa. But I'll see if I can get to the old England so that I can celebrate, City's quadruple victory in the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, and the League Cup. Definitely want to get there for that. And that'll be their second year in a row. They would have won it too. Next ball. Dot ball. I need your dealer's number, boys. What did I do? What have I done here? I haven't seen anything crazy. if you're talking about Steve Smith, like he is a chance for 100 in a game. Obviously 300 is taking a piss, but like it's not like with his BBL form he's not on target for a potential 100. His BBL form has been spectacular. I do think Zimbabwe's bowling is too good for him to do that, but anything could happen. Not maybe against Sri Lanka, but Oman. Are you really going to sit there and tell me that Stevie Smith can't go for 100 against Oman? Is this what you're going to tell me? Were you going to tell me this? 20 runs, 3 wickets in the last few overs. Nathan Ganulkia. Smitty 150. Oh, mate, imagine a Smitty 150. That would be... Kits are off. We've got no shirt on the stream at that point. We would be completely, probably naked at that point if Smitty hit a 150. It'd just be naked. No ducks in the chat. It'd be naked in the damn world chat if Smitty 150. The Dark Face is going for 150 at least. Exactly right. At least. And that's in the first power play. He's going for 150 in the power play. This is actually really impressive from Namibia to fight back in this game. They were getting hounded at one stage. This is similar to, I guess, what happened in the USA game in a lot of ways. Scholes gives up a single. And it's 126 for 4 through 12.2. It's actually just like a... It's actually very close to 200 now. Like, they're nearly only at 10 runs and over at the moment. At one stage, I swear they're at like 20 runs and over. Like, I think they're more with like 16 runs and over at one stage. A dot ball. Oh, it's going to go past. No, it'll be a dot ball. The run rate is 10.08. Namibia have fought back really valiantly here. This has been really valiant from the Namibians. That's going to be smacked for a 6 though. Beautifully timed by Hardik Pandya. Beautifully timed, and he'll be on 15. 234 tournament 6s, and that is the first boundary in 18 deliveries. Little Darkfire, call me crazy. I'm feeling upset this game. Little Darkfire, you are crazy. India were looking at 300 one stage, and then they've collapsed in this middle bit and really struggled. But overall, India's not losing this game. India's not losing this game. Namibia is not getting to 200. No way. And Namibia will struggle to get to 150. I think it's been a commendable effort. I think it's been valiant from them in this middle part of the innings. But Namibia has got no chance to win this game. I hate to say it because I'd love the upset. I'd love you to be right. But it would take a monumental collapse here to keep them under, like 160. And then Namibia would have to have the best batting of their life against some of the best bowlers in the world, mate. Like you've got Varun Chakravarthi as number 1. You've got Arshdeep Singh as number 14. You've got Jasprit Bumrah in number 15. Axar Patel in number 17. You've got just so many options here for India. That is just terrifying for the Namibians. And then Hardik Pandya will come too. I just don't see them scoring over 150, mate. I think they'll be more around the 120 for mine. And that could be high. I did play cricket when I was younger, Night Eyes, but I played pretty much everything, and I actually was getting pretty good at cricket. So I don't know if you know Australian history, but my great-great-uncle was Alan Kippax, who actually played alongside Donald Bradman at times for back in the day. I was going to get into cricket, and I was playing a little bit of cricket for sure, but I just wasn't consistent with sport, mate. Now, I made representative level for cricket when I was much younger, and I made representative level for rugby union when I was a little bit older. And I played a little bit of rugby league, but not too much rugby league. I played more union than I did league. But no, I just didn't get too long-term into cricket. And the Namibia win here would be a greatest stroke of all strokes. It would be a generational win. That would be the generational win of all time. The generational win of all time. Fastball will go for just a single here, maybe 2. They will go for 2. Oh my gosh, that was close. They will go 2 runs. Smith is in the form of his life right now, but I would still be a bit reserved with him. Of course I am. Of course I am, but Shea Smith form in the BBL was too much to go past. Without him, the Sixers don't make that final. No way. No way. Absolutely no chance. No chance. Trumpelman is bowling. He gave up 25 runs, so 23 runs in 2.1 overs. Next bolt. And that is going to be a dot ball. It's still around that 10 runs per over, 10.20. Back in the days, it was pretty much law for an Aussie kid to play either footy or cricket, but not so much these days. Yeah, I think these days it's probably more football, soccer, because parents are a little bit afraid of the physical contact of rugby league and AFL. But with that being said, rugby league and AFL is still king of the respective states for, kids growing up and playing. There's no regression overall. This guy's a fast Tariq action. Yeah, looks valid. Not obviously Trumpelman, but I think you're talking about Erasmus. Look, I heard that you ran it straight at Titans management event of last season. Can you confirm this? Nah, look, I'm moving past that, mate. I'm hoping to kind of go with a new light in regards to this Titans team and not, hold this resentment towards the management and how shit they've been over the years. Like, I want them to, as a wide, I want them to prove. It's not proving me wrong because I've been fighting for the change, but I want them to be the best they possibly can because I want this club to be successful. So I'm not going to be here criticising this management as we speak until proven otherwise, because I would really like for them to actually hold their end of the bargain and deliver the promises they gave to the fans 5-6 years ago. Were you a bowler or batter or all-rounder? I did do a bit of bowl. I was not good the older I got. Like when I was there, I think my last ever game, I think I took 3 wickets, which was great. But this was when I was super young, man. I'm talking like 10, 11 years old. I can remember getting, a court and bowl. I can't remember the other two, but I remember getting a court and bowl. It was an awesome moment. And that was actually my last game. And I didn't mind a bit of a bat. I can have a bit of a bat. Just a nice little, slap up cover drive, Stevie Smith cover drive. That is going to be a good shot out, but it will just be a single to the boundary. So 141 for 4 through 14 overs. No, 144 through 13.5 overs. Blaze was a fielder, the best fielder that ever did happen. Cameron Green-esque. Don't think Namibia is reaching 130, but this is a valiant effort. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that Namibia win this. But the current run rate is at 202, 12 runs and over 214, 14 runs and over is 226. Hardik Pandya on 11 and make that 15. That's a good shot there. Great cover drive there from Hardik Pandya against the 15. Plays the blue hat guy, so he would have played for India. No, I would have played for Namibia. Would have played for Namibia. Might have even played for Italy with the Menenti boys. How do you know? Might have played for India with the Menenti boys. Not India, Italy with the Menenti boys. But that is going to be a drinks break here, guys. There is 6 overs to go. I'm actually going to quickly go and get myself a Coke Zero, and there's actually nothing you can do about it. Let me think if there's something you can do about it here. There's nothing you can do about it. I'll be back in a second. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I'll be back in a moment. And we're back. Lid Darkfire says, Daly Cherry Evans signs with the Titans. You'll win it all. We're going to see you. I'm going to give you a warning shot here, Lid Darkfire. I'm going to give you a 1 minute warning shot. That's what we're going to do, mate. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to give you a 1 minute warning shot. We'll see you soon. Joe says, Nepal really went from chasing 174 versus England to that versus Italy. I know, it was crazy. No, we spoke about that before. Wild stuff. Brenton says, I got 6 wickets and 1 catch in school cricket match. Moved up from 12th man to 9th. 12th to 9th, mate. You're on fire. Well, you're a bowler? Surely you're a bowler. My dad played Union for Australia. Played with Wally Lewis before Lewis moved to the NRL. Good stuff, Ninos. Who's your, if you don't mind me asking, who's your dad? We've just brought him up, so surely you can tell us. You have to tell us now, actually. Who just says, Italy isn't as bad a team as people think, but had they have not lost the captain in the first over versus Scots, they would have won that too. I don't know about that. They lost by 73 runs. I don't know about that. Like, it was a big loss for them, but I don't know about that. 73 runs was pretty big. That was pretty big. Team was a full Truggo team, Nate. They probably would have... okay, what's going on here? Oh, of course you're a bowler. Sorry, I didn't even think about the 6 wickets. I would actually... Like, if I wasn't streaming rugby league every Sunday, I would actually do one of those, cheeky little T20 leagues for a bit of a laugh. Where it's just big hitters and whatnot. Off-spin bowler, mate. Feeling like you got a bit of Zampa in you. I'm feeling like you're a little bit of Zamsagram. Next bowl from Scolts. Oh, that's 6. Oh, he's just absolutely whacked that. That is a huge hit. Dude, that might be the biggest 6 of this tournament. That is absolutely massive. That's a top tier 6. How far is that? He has hit that. He has hammered that. That is a top tier 6. Is that like 95, 98 meters? That is absolutely smashed from Shivam. That's absolutely smashed. Shane Nightingale is playing the 1980s. Yeah, good stuff, mate. 1980s, the Aussies are pretty good. Oh, that's going to sneak in behind for a 4. They didn't tell us how far that 6 was. They didn't tell us. 156 for 4. It's 4 wides. So this has been an expensive over now. 4 wides. That will hurt him. Yeah, but getting to that level is always unbelievable. And Namibia's falling apart again. Well, let's see. Like, the 6 is the big one that hurt, but the 4 wides is just super unfortunate. That will be a single here. Yeah, just a single. They're good fielding. I'll still back in India for a 2-10er. I'll still back in India for... You know what? I feel like they'll go hard. I reckon they'll get a 220. I do. I still feel like they'll get to 220. Maybe above the 225, 226. 225 is where Sri Lanka got today against Oman. So Australia could crunch Oman, mind you, next Friday. That could be absolutely disastrous for Oman. Oh, that is a swing, and that is a 6. Yep, I'm back in the 226 to go above Sri Lanka. I'm doing it. It's a 6 from Hardik Pandya. And 236 on the tournament 6s. Delhi does feel like a smaller field overall. Am I right in saying this, Shatij? I feel like this is a much smaller field overall. Shane Nightingale. Let's go have a look at the old Wikipedia. We're going deep dive. Mawulambar. Locke. Nightingale debuted in first grade for Brisbane club Brothers. Oh, I played for Brothers. I played for Brothers too. There you go. He's a little bit better than me, but that will be smacked for a 4. And this has been a costly over here. 6, 12, 17, 18, 19, 23 runs on the over so far, I'm pretty certain. Yeah, this has been a very costly over. Second smallest stadium in India. What's the smallest? Yeah, 4, 6 is 10, 11, 16, 22, 23 runs on the over so far, and you can make that 24 runs. Very costly over there. That's 4 overs done, and it was actually looking really good on the economy for Schultz until that over. 24 runs. So he was at 17 runs after 3 overs and now gives up 24 and 1. Yeah, he played at Brothers. Won a Wallabies call-up for the Tour of New Zealand, making his debut in the tour match against Taranaki. He had a knee injury, ruled him out of the first test, was moved to number 8 on his return to the XV. Well, there you go. Fire up. A little bit better than me. A little bit. Most of them tried hitting boundaries, so they didn't have to run. Actually, this is the smallest stadium by boundary size, average boundary size being 55 metres. Okay, well then what's the second smallest? Okay, well, Shikongo, he's got 1 wicket, 12.5 in the economy through 2 overs, gave up 25 runs. The worst economy is JJ Smith, though, 38 runs from 2 overs with a 19 economy. You can very much tell this is the smallest stadium. You just look at it, it's very obvious that it's small. Dot ball. 4.5 overs left. Oh, the try-hard rep players are so annoying. It was so serious. Like I said, I was trying to play one of those T20 hit-around leagues on a Sunday a couple of years back, and I was putting a team. I had some mates in it, but I was putting this team, and there was this one guy who just, like, screamed. Like, he was, like, full on. It was just a fun Sunday, kick-around kind of deal. Oh, that's hit very hard, but it's going to be a single 169 for 4. And yeah, he was just full on, like veins coming out and everything. He was a druggie, like he was full blown. Remember, he got angry at me once because I didn't have just like a pure blue shirt. I wore an NYPD blue shirt as a joke with everybody, and he got super angry because it wasn't just a straight up navy blue shirt. It was one of those like full on NYPD shirts, but it was navy blue. It was. It was an inside joke. Well, it was meant to be an inside joke with the entire team, but he wasn't having it. So 1 for 26 through 2.2. But yeah, he was off his rocker. 11.02 on the run rate, and that is going to be a single to be 170 for 4. I'm still backing in 226. I just feel like they should still get above Sri Lanka's 225. They should set the precedent. I do get a bad feeling for Namibia's batting, though. Hardik Pandya. So he did. It was a massive one. It was 109 metres. It was absolutely massive. 109 metres. Cameron Green hit a 98 metre 6, by the way. Wow. Next bolt. Swing. Oh, that might be to the fielder, though. No, it goes for a 6. Hardik Pandya will get a 6. My team beat a rep team in indoor cricket grand final. The sore losers wouldn't shake their hands until the captain's dad slapped his son and made them all shake hands and apologise. Always have to shake hands, mate. Always have to shake hands, no matter what happens. But that is a 6 here. And I don't see a way back for Namibia in this game anymore, guys. I don't know if you know this. I'm going to find it pretty difficult to think that Namibia get the job done here, especially when that's going to be another 4. It's going to be another 4 there. And Hardik Pandya is open up. Open up. Unless you're England and India, where you don't shake hands in cricket. That was a controversial moment recently. No shaking hands between England and India. Indian fans, how did you feel about that moment? How did you feel about the no shaking hands there? 4.1 overs to go. Shikongo's been slapped in these last 2 balls, and he will give away another 4. He's been slapped in the last 3 balls. 184 for 4. They had an awful middle period, but their beginning and their end here has been really good stuff here from India. 463 tournament 4s. That's just been smacked along the ground. Well, it looks likely that Australia might be able to sneak in as the team to get the 500th 4 tomorrow. What was the reason for it again, Shatish? I forgot. That wasn't wrong. What was the reason for it again? Last 14 balls, 45 runs, 4 fours and 3 sixes. It's a lot of runs in 14 balls. That's 2.2 overs, 45 runs. Over 20 on the economy. Run rate is now back up to 11.5. It dabbled back down at 10.02. Now it's back up at 11.5, and their score prediction is 240. 240. Dubé, he'll be on strike. He's 14 from 10. And you can make that a... Won't carry just. It'll be a single. Hold on, I'm going to Google this. Actually, no, I'm going to chat GPT. It's so much easier. Why did they not shake hands in India versus England? This will give me a good little rundown. I completely forgot. There are actually 2 different no handshake incidents people have talked about in India and England cricket, and they come from different contexts. So the one last year that was in Manchester, in the 4th test of India's tour of England, a handshake controversy happened on the final day. England captain Ben Stokes offered to shake hands and call the match a draw with about 15 overs to play. You're a cat. At the time, India's Ravindra Jadeja and Washington Sundar were batting and were close to scoring test centuries. That's right. The 2 Indian batters declined the handshake and chose to continue batting because they wanted to reach individual milestones and keep playing, which they were fully entitled to under the rules of cricket. Oh, England, that's just sad, dude. That's sad stuff. Important nuance, there's no rule that forces the team to shake hands and a test match early. It's custom in cricket, not a requirement. India chose to bat on and score centuries, something that would matter in their careers, instead of accepting a premature draw. Absolutely. Journalists and former players at the time had mixed opinions about the spirit of this decision. Oh, fuck off, England, with your spirit of this decision, mate. That is a completely fair and valid reason to be upset at England for that. Like, 100%. You're trying to shake hands to remove embarrassment. Play the damn well overs. Play cricket that you're paid for. These guys obviously have a job to do. They want to hit their milestones. They're going to have bonuses associated with milestones, and keep playing the game. The fact that there was no handshake there, I do completely understand it. So, like in this case, the no handshake wasn't about hostility between the 2 countries. It was simply tied to a strategic and personal decision about how to play out the Test match. Man, this spirit of cricket shit is just so old with England, eh? It's just so old. No, it's between Pakistan and India. But there's also another incident that's talking about here. 16.4 overs down, it's 188 for 4. India versus other teams, no handshake situations. Asia Cup and beyond. You may also be thinking of a much more politically charged situation from the 2025 Asia Cup, but that was India versus Pakistan, as you're referring to, Brenton, not England. India's players did not shake hands with Pakistan before or after matches, which sparked controversy because of heightened political tensions between the 2 countries. Makes sense. Officials reportedly even asked captains not to shake hands at the toss to avoid incidents. That led to formal complaints and diplomatic criticism, but again, this was India-Pakistan, not England. So, officials reportedly even asked captains not to shake hands at the toss to avoid incidents. Well then, if that's the case, then India haven't done anything wrong there either. I'm just so sick of this nonsense from England with this spirit of cricket shit. It's just so dead. Stop with this spirit of cricket just because you're not good. That's going to go up for a single here. It's going to be 190 for 4 through 17 overs. 3 overs to go here. I'm feeling like now I'm still okay with 226, but I'd be happy with saying they could still get 250. I could. Maybe not 250, 240. 240 is probably still on the cards. Probably still. And then it's going to be interesting to see how Namibia bat to try and save face in this game and and fight a little bit. Would you guys disagree what we said there? Would anyone disagree with India's decision there? Or do you agree with England's stance of the game's over, so let's just shake hands rather than letting them bat out for their milestones? Well, there's no way England would have shook hands if it was them looking for 100. If Ben Stokes was looking for 100, there's absolutely no chance he would have gone and shook hands. Next bolt. And that will go for a single for Hardik. He'll be on 44. Alright, so just because you invented the game doesn't mean you can use that shit from back then in 2026. Well, it's like, I think that there are... It's like in basketball, in NBA, where there's an unwritten rule. Unwritten rules do exist, but it's like an unwritten rule in NBA where once the game is like a blowout and there's one possession left, you don't take the shot. You just let the timer run out, which is actually a turnover technically as well, so it hurts your stats. And sometimes you see teams break that unwritten rule, and people are like, well, just play basketball. At the end of the day, there's still time on the clock. That will be a single here for India. So Dubé will get to 18. And I guess the same thing goes in cricket, but at the end of the day, the unwritten rule is not a rule, so you can shove your unwritten rule, and you can just play some damn well cricket, is what I say. Spirit of the game is really old school mindset, though. I don't mind the notion of spirit of the game, but the only time that England brings up this spirit of the game is when they've been smashed, or where they've been humiliated, or there's been, a moment against them. I don't mind, these little niche, nuanced things that aren't a straight up rule, but you still keep away from. I don't mind that. I also wouldn't criticise it blatantly and openly to the extent they do if it didn't go our way. But I don't mind spirit of the game kind of notions, but also they're using it only for their own selfish and personal reasons. It's not for actual spirit of the game. It's just to save themselves embarrassment. They use it for their benefit. So 197.4, they will get a boundary there. 17.4 overs in. I hate that NBA rule. It's cost me bets when I'm betting 11 plus. It shits me big time. Yeah, that's the worst thing when you're betting on that. And then you just see them pull up and just stop at the half court. You're like, they only need 2 more points. They only need one, even a free throw, and they stop at the half court. You're just like, oh man. Hurts more when it's like 4 points, 2 or 5 points, and not doable, so they stop. 2.2 overs to go here. It's 197 for 4. And they will swing a ding that one, but it will only be a single. So 198 for 4 through 17.5. Maybe 240 is out of it now. Still wouldn't be surprised with 230, but they'd need to get a good move on. Now, play the game. People have paid money to watch. Play to the end. Well, it's just like they're criticising India for wanting to play cricket in that game. It's like you're paid to play cricket. So why don't you want to play? Like what? I don't get it. So 199 for 4, 9 from the over. Maybe they're more so looking at a 225, 230 still on the cards. Highest score of the tournament was actually today by Sri Lanka Knight Eyes. They got 225 runs against Oman. 225 runs. Second highest is South Africa's 213 against Canada, and the third highest would be Scotland's 207 against Italy. So 199 for 4 through 18. I'm feeling a 230. I did go over the 226, but I'm feeling a 230. Erasmus is bowling though. He's given up 13 runs with the 2 wickets through 3. He's had some really good balls, really good overs. However, we did see their other bowler Scolt's got absolutely crunched in his 4th over. Who is the bigger flog, Siraj or Stokes? Oh, that's a good question. Siraj is a flog on the field. Stokes is kind of more of a flog off the field than on the field. But with Siraj, I'm not hating him. I'm not having a crack at him in his character off the field. But with Stokes, it's like an all-round kind of deal. And that's going to be swung for a 6. Wow, way. Hardik Pandya with the 50-50 bump. 50-50 bump. 50-50 bump. 50-50 bump. That's a 50 bomb for Hardik Pandya. 52. And he's slapping it. Shatish says, I've added my dad as another follower of your channel, Blaze. He is completely blind, so he was looking for some kind of ball-by-ball commentary for so long, as he is a big cricket fan. Well, welcome to your dad, Shatish. Does he have good English? Is it strong English? He's caught him. Hardik Pandya gone on 52. He's been caught on the boundary. I'm sure his English is probably really good, because obviously we speak quite fast here. But welcome to your dad. Thanks for tuning in, mate. But Hardik Pandya will get caught on the boundary. It's a really good catch out there. I don't think he touches the boundary at all. He understands English very much. Well, good stuff. We'll have him supporting Australia in no time, mate. He'll be on the Australian bandwagon choo-choo by the end of next week. Give it time, mate. Caught that, and yeah, there's no problem. He's nowhere near the boundary. That is a catch of Hardik Pandya. He's gone. Hardik Pandya is gone. 52 from 28. But they're on 205 for 5. I'm still feeling they get 230 here. 1.4 overs left. They need 25 runs. I feel it still. Actually, that's a good question, Draz. Did you learn English fluently growing up, or did you take any English class in India? Because English isn't forced upon people in India. But I guess Shatishi's from a big city in Jaipur, where that's a part of the Golden Triangle of Delhi, Agra, and Jaipur. And that is a heavy tourist triangle of places. You know, like Mumbai is big for tourism, but it's not a part of a triangle because the Taj is in Agra, so the Taj is very close to Jaipur. So you're going to have a lot of foreigners and tourists come through Jaipur. So I'm assuming that through that, a lot more people in the area do have a bit of a better grasp of English than, say, what you'd find in... Oh, Jaisalmer is still pretty big. Or maybe up north in, like, Punjab. I don't feel like an amazing amount of people go up to Punjab, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. And there'll be a dot ball here. Oh, my gosh, run out. There is a run out. Rinku is going to be gone on a duck. Quack, quack, in the chat. Quack, quack, quack. In the chat. Quack, quack, in the chat. Quack, quack, quack. In the chat, he's gone on a golden duck. He's gone on a golden duck from a run out, and India's just had such a weird innings here. They've had such a weird innings where there's been some really good moments and amazing moments, but they've also had some absolute shockers. And he has gone on a duck from a run out. That is awful running. I do know that a lot of non-English speaking countries like Vietnam, even Fiji, even though that shouldn't be the case, but India and whatnot, because they watch Hollywood movies, they learn English through Hollywood movies. Punjab's hand is kind of tight in English. What? What are you saying? So I assume due to trials, you won't be able to stream the Australia game versus Zimbabwe. Yeah, no, I won't be able to do that. I missed 2 games in the morning, the early games tomorrow, the early games on Saturday, and the early games on Sunday, but I will be here for USA Netherlands. I will be here for New Zealand versus South Africa, and I will be here for Pakistan versus India. But then from Monday onwards, I don't miss a single cricket game. And that's going to be a just inside the line. It's going to be a dot ball. By the way, Erasmus, what an innings. 3 for 19 through 3.4. He's got 2 wickets in this over. Erasmus has been brilliant. He has been brilliant. And that'll be a single. 206 for 6. Well, now, I think Sri Lanka is going to keep the 225 as the highest score from this World Cup so far. I think so. But see, here's a positive, Shatij. So you said that your father is blind. At least he doesn't have to look at Harrison's comments now. You know, that's a positive here. He can actually just enjoy the stream. And he's bowled him. Axar Patel is gone. Wow, Erasmus has had an incredible innings here. 4 for 20 through 4 overs. That is incredible stuff. That is incredible stuff here from Erasmus. 4 for 20 through 4 overs, and he has just punched through India in this over. In the time where India is looking to go bang, they've lost 3 wickets in the over. 3 wickets in the over. I mean, Punjabis don't speak that fluent English. They kind of speak broken English, which is hard to understand. But that's what I'm saying. There's not an amazing amount of tourism there to help that. There's an amazing amount of tourism in Delhi, in Agra, in Jaipur, in Mumbai, where you're going to see a lot more of the English, I would say. I don't know if the English would be amazing in Kolkata. I feel like Bangalore maybe. Bengaluru might be. But it's not an amazing amount of tourism there either. The big tourism spots for India, for English-speaking English people or Australians or Americans and whatnot, would be Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, maybe at best Jodhpur. A decent amount Jaisalmer, but I don't feel like they'd speak an incredible amount of English out there. Udaipur was pretty decent for English. But yeah, like Mumbai and whatnot. Goa might be pretty good. Actually, Goa might be not too bad for the English because there's a large amount of tourism there. But they might understand Russian more than they do English. I know there's a lot of Russians that reside down there. It used to be run by Portugal, I believe. I think Goa was Portuguese at one stage. And that will be a dot ball. Wow, these last couple of overs have been spectacular. JJ Smith gave up 47 runs through 3 overs. 47 runs through 3 overs. How has Erasmus taken 4? Wow, decent bowler, but 4 wickets. Yeah, 4 wickets, 3 of them in that over. A 3-wicket over. And Smith started off this final over here with a bang. Best figures in the ICC Men's World Cup. He is currently 4th with a 4 for 20. Shepherd from West Indies against Scotland, 5 for 20. And Nathan Ellis versus Ireland, 4 for 12. Wow, that's a big shot out the back, and that will just be a single, though. Wow, they might not even get past South Africa's 213 at this moment. They might struggle to get past it. Surely they get past 213, surely. Again, India looked like they were getting 300 at one stage. I'm definitely winning that under 232.5 bet now, thanks, plays. I'd think so. You'd hope so. It was looking dicey at one stage, though. And that is up in the air, and that is gone. Rinku is gone. What an incredible finish from Namibia. Smith will get the wicket, but Erasmus takes the catch. He's had an absolute stellar last couple of overs. It's 206 for 8. This is very impressive from Namibia. They're not going to win this game, but this is very impressive from Namibia. Duraz says, I remember in 2014 when I was 11, my dad took us to India to visit his family friend, and we went, and I recall these 2 guys asked where we came from, and I said Australia, and they're like, oh, wow, Oz. Yeah, they love Australia, mate. Nowadays, or even then, if you go to India, every single person within 3 seconds will bring up Ricky Ponting, Brett Lee, or Adam Gilchrist, or Shane Warne. But not even so much Shane Warne. It was definitely Brad Haddon was brought up randomly quite a bit too. But Ricky Ponting was the first thing I heard as soon as I got into the airport. Hyderabad. Hyderabad? Do they have much English in Hyderabad? Is English solid there? Your 208's not looking too bad here, Brenton, but there's still 3 balls left here, so what did I originally go with? I can't remember what I originally went. Uh, that's going to be just a single here, man. Oh my gosh, India have just fallen away in these last couple of overs. Hyderabad speaks English a lot. Okay. Indians would love Brett Lee and Warner a lot. I think Brett Lee started a Bollywood movie. Did he really? Did he really? David Warner, I didn't get at all. I didn't get a single David Warner. Well, there's 2 balls to go here. Surely they get past South Africa's 213. Surely. Fall of wickets 25, 104, 120, 124, 205, 205, 206, 206. They had 1 run in 4 wickets. And that is going to be slapped down the ground, and that will be just a single. Mate, Brenton, you might be spot on here. Because 208 for 8 with 1 ball to go. Brett Lee did sing a song in Hindi called Han Main. Oh no, I'm butchering this. Han Main Tamharat Hun. I think I've heard this song. No, I don't think so. No, I'm thinking of J Ho. Which translates to what Taraz will tell. They're going to get a single here. So you are a lion, man, Brenton. That's going to be a wicket. They're going to get 209 with a wicket. Oh my gosh, it's going to be 209 for 9. That was a nightmare last couple of overs for India. That was an absolute nightmare. That was a nightmare last 2 overs for India. And it's going to finish 209 for 8. Now, guys, let me just reiterate here. India are going to win this game. Like, we're not going to see Namibia win this match. But at one stage of that innings, they were looking like 300 was on the cards. They had like a run rate of about like 16, 17 at one stage. And then they completely fell apart in the middle order and lost like 4 wickets or so. And then after, into about 14th, 15th over, they rose again and started smacking it. And that's how they've gotten to 200 here. But they're actually quite lucky to get to 200 in the end. So they've gotten to 210, 209, but they're actually quite lucky to have gotten here. Because that final 2 overs, they lost 5 wickets. They lost 5 wickets in those final 2 overs. Crazy stuff, man. Draz says India will win and they made 200, but they'll again be asking questions with the back end of the innings. Yeah, I agree. There's still a lot of questions. Like you can see right now, their coach is not happy. So highest totals for India in the Men's World Cup in 2007 was against England 218. In 2021 against Afghanistan was 210. Namibia tonight 209. Australia in 2024 was 205, and Bangladesh in 2024 was 196. But I do feel like you have to question how that overall innings went. Some amazing moments and some big time plays, but look at the scorecard, man. It's all 61 for Kishan. 52 for Pandya. Outside of that, 22 OK Samson. Varma OK 25. Surya Yadav disappointing 12. Shivam Dubey OK 23. Golden Duck for Aksar Patel. Rinku Singh with a 1. Chakravarthi, he's not out for 1. And Arshdeep Singh got 2. They didn't get to see Bumrah because that was the last ball. But overall, it's disappointing how it all panned out. And that's crazy considering they got a whopping 209. But it's disappointing in the same sense. But anyway, guys, it is the innings break here. So we're going to wait to see Namibia come out and try and chase down this. I don't think they do it, but we're going to have to see Namibia chase down a mammoth total of 209 regardless. But the questions must be asked. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. So go grab yourself a drink, go to the bathroom, get yourself ready. And hopefully we can see Namibia put on a show and make this an exciting finish coming up. All right. We're about to see the greatest chase of all time. We are about to see maybe the greatest chase of all time from Namibia. They're chasing 209. They have to get 210 to win. Look, it's not happening, lads. It's just not happening. But I do feel like they can take some positives out of it only being 209. And I think that's a crazy statement. But if you've watched this game, you know that India should have gotten a lot higher than 209. They should have gotten definitely 250 with the way they were batting at stages, but obviously they just collapsed at different points of that innings, and Namibia have a mammoth chase here, but they can take positives out of some of their spells, especially Erasmus. Gerhard Erasmus was fantastic, but look, Namibia, they've got one batter in the top 100, and it's Nicholas Darvin. Now, Nicholas Darvin, when does he come in? He comes in literally never, because he's not playing here tonight. Do they have anybody else in the top 100? They might not actually have anybody else in the top 100. No, I think it was. Let's go scroll through it again. I do not think that there's anybody else in this top 100 for batting. Namibia. Oh no, Gerhard Erasmus is at 85. So Erasmus will come in fourth. First up, they'll have Loren Steenkamp and Jan Freilich, and then it'll be Nicole Lofty-Eaton, Gerhard Erasmus, JJ Smith, Zane Green, Malin Kruger, Ruben Trumpelman, Bernard Scholz, Ben Shikongo, and then Max Hingo. So that is how their batting lineup will happen. And never say never, Kraken. Never say never. It would be the greatest victory in the history of cricket if Namibia could find a way in this game. It would be the greatest ever. Kraken says, if it was any other team than Namibia today, India won't have scored more than 160. I agree. They would have had a lot of trouble here today, India. But again, the average first innings score at Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi last year in the IPL was 221. So they've actually underimpressed in regards to the amount of runs scored here at Delhi, but they're playing against Namibia. However, 60% of the time here at Arun Jaitley Stadium, you've seen the winner be the team who bats second. So never say never, but I'm nearly close to saying never. I'm almost close to saying never. Dear me. If Namibia aren't all out for 50, I'll take it as a win for Namibia. Kraken Ball says, well, Namibia did recently defeat South Africa. They did, but I think it was a much lower target, mate. I think it was a much lower target than 209. They chased 134, and they did it with 0 balls left. They won by 4 wickets, 0 balls left. They got 138. So a little bit of a different story here. Carl says never. Carl, never say never. Never say never. Great song. And you need to start listening to more of it. You got to start listening and open the old ears to more of it, Carl, because this is maybe potentially about to be the greatest comeback of all time. Because Namibia, they've got such an unreal batting core. I can't even give a straight face. Come on, Namibia, at least make a game of it. 10.5 runs per over is needed. First ball is coming up from India. Can't tell me what to do, my rebel. You are a rebel, mate. Hardik Pandya, first bowl, will go for a single. They're on target. They're on target in Namibia already. So they're just shaping up, mate. They're just shaping up. Just let them shape up, Carl. Let them shape up, and then they're going to pounce. Gerhard Erasmus, he might be in within 3 balls at number 4, but they're just shaping up for an absolute stellar show. Ugh. I think Ben Shikongo, batting at 8, might get at least 1 run. And that'll be great scenes. Find the rhythm. They're finding their rhythm. You know, you keep telling me about how Bryden Cast is going to find his rhythm and get his rhythm going for the English as a South African national, but I've never seen more potential rhythm than this Namibia batting team right now. Now, India's bowlers in the rankings, we'll go through theirs. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them in that top 100. So Hardik Pandya next bowl, and it will be No run. No run. Okay, bowling-wise. So they've got a guy called Varun Chakravarthy, who might be known around the world as the number one ICC bowler in the world right now. And then you have to go down an absolute whopping way to Arshdeep Singh in 14th. And then Jasprit Bumrah, don't know if you've heard of him before, he is in 15th. And you may have heard of Akshar Patel in 17th. So they've got 4 bowlers here in the top 20. Kuldeep Yadav and Ravi Bishnoi aren't here, and they're 23rd and 25th. So, you know, it's a pretty big sign when those guys can't even get in when they're in the top 30. Even someone like Bishnoi, who was number 1 for a while, isn't even in India's main team now. Exactly, yeah. So, you know, they're pretty alright in the old bowling department. Yeah, Raz has heard things about Bumrah. He goes, alright, that Jasprit. Yeah, he doesn't do too bad from time to time. Can bowl a ball. Sam Constas might be his arch nemesis, but outside of Constas, usually people find it a bit difficult to bat past Jasprit Bumrah and the spice that he shows. Next bowler from Hardik Pandya. He's only given up 1 run to the first 3 balls, and the next one is going to be a dot ball again. Good over here from Hardik. Good over. Hopefully Arch had a nice sleep on his pillow after that lazy run out. We never see the energy from Joffrey. His injuries just crucified his career, man. Unfortunately, his injuries did him over. And that's the problem. You know, he was looking like an absolutely incredible bowler, and he just wasn't able to kick on. So I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a guy like, not Mark Wood, who's the other one? Josh Tongue. I really would like to see him get a crack for England, eh? He was unbelievable on Test. I want to see him here in the T20s. Next bowl from Pandya. Ooh, that's a bouncer. That's a bouncer, and that's going to be another dot ball. So just the 1 through the first 5. Oh, they're checking, maybe. They're saying that there might be a sound here for a wicket. No, they're not going to do it. Surya Yadav, he's not convinced. I don't think it hit. I don't think it nicked. It was close. It was a good bouncer. Ooh. There was definitely a noise, though. It must have hit the helmet or something, because it definitely hit something along the way. Arshdeep Singh is saying it missed by like a mountain, but it definitely hit something. Last ball of the over, and that'll be a single. Namibia will take the 2 runs from the over, and they're not necessarily on target for 209 anymore, lads, unfortunately. But I think it's because Carl's jinxed him. Okay, so yeah, it misses the bat, and it must hit the helmet here. It must hit the helmet. No, it doesn't hit anything. I don't know what that noise was, man. There was a noise somewhere. I don't know what it was. But Arshdeep Singh, he'll get the second over here. I want you guys to give me a legitimate total in the chat. Comment what you think could be the total here for Namibia. I'm going to go and say, I'm going to give them some spice, and I'm going to give them 120. But I think that I am giving them way too much credit. But I'm going to back in some credit, get them some good shots going, and we see an admirable, valiant 120 in the loss. Arshdeep Singh, next bowl. And it will be a dot ball. I might give them an admirable, valiant 100 based off of what we've seen so far. No, they're just sitting in, mate. They're finding their rhythm, Carl. They're finding their rhythm. I played with Ravi Bishnoi for about 4.5 years. Why don't they play him anymore? What happened to him? Did he just have a fall off? Did he drop off Did he drop off? He's from Jodhpur, but has played his cricket from Jaipur all his life. How far is it from Jaipur to Jodhpur? Like 3 hours? That'd be a single. Voodoo. No voodoo, Carl, but I think you might be voodooing, yeah. No, you might be onto the voodoo. So currently in the Group A, Pakistan is on top with 4 points on a 0.93 net run rate. India is in second, but with this win, will go above Pakistan. They're on a 1.45 net run rate. Netherlands in third on 2 points with a 0.36 net run rate. Geez, they would have been actually in with a spicy chance had they beaten Pakistan in that game. Namibia in fourth. Oh, it's so unfortunate to see USA in fifth, but after this loss, I would assume that USA would go into fourth, and I feel like USA Namibia is an interesting game in a lot of ways. Carl's 73. Come on, give him the hunch. Let him get the horny hunch. Oh, swung, and that's a 4. Steenkamp with the boundary. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's a 7 for nothing through 1.3. Shatish says, last year I talked to Ravi, and all he was saying is that there is a lot of politics inside, and that's the reason he was getting dropped frequently. Sport is all about politics, unfortunately. It happens all the way through the youth levels, all the way up into the first grade for any sport, really. Especially at the youth levels, it's all about who is liked more and who has the parents that are more well aligned with the club or more well aligned with the coach kind of deal. That is going to be a single here for Steenkamp, who'll get to 6. You know what? I'm gonna go away from the Carl, who's a hater, and I'm gonna go back in my 120, and I'm gonna say it with chest. Come on, Namibia. I'm going 120. We're getting away from the hater that is cracking balls, who said they'd get done for less than 50, and Carl, who's just, I don't know why he hates Namibia so much, but you know what, Namibians, I'll back you in for a 120. Rohit Sharma wanted him in the team, but the coach never did. Yeah, that's weird, man, considering he was so high up in the rankings. You know, he's a good player. Beautiful shot. Oh, that'll be man the boundary, so it'll just be a single here for Steenkamp. He'll be on 7, and it's going to be 9 for nothing for Namibia through 1.5. 9 runs, no wickets. So Namibia, their next game will be against the USA in Chennai on the 15th of February. So that'll be what? Friday, 13th, Sunday. On Sunday. I'm back in for 108. Good on you, Brenton. Fire up behind the Namibians. Fire up. Tracy, there's this one Bengali cricket called Tamim, who his uncle worked with BCB, but Tamim was elite opener for them. But some people didn't like him because they assumed he had bias from his uncle. At least that's what my dad tells me. It happens, man. It happens. Next bowl. Look at the St. George Illawarra Dragons in the Rugby League. Single there, and there'll be 10 runs off the first 2 overs for the Namibians, but they haven't got a wicket just yet, which is good signs for them at least. It's like, look at the Dragons, mate. Carl Flanagan, I don't think gets a start in many clubs, but he still starts every week and will still be their 7 this year, despite the fact that I think that Atkinson is the better 7 there of the 2. I do feel like it's probably rough in the last couple of years at the Dragons, where he probably has been the 7, but overall, you know, you can see the family bias there. You can. So 10 for nothing through 2 overs, and Hardik Pandya will get his second. So need 200 needed from 108 balls. 200 needed, 108 balls here. So they need to take a risk, though. I know it's about keeping some respect, but also, why don't you try and be that guy to just take Namibian cricket to the next level? Why don't you take Namibia to the next level and be that guy to take the risk? If you get out, no one's really hating on you because they expect it. And that is going to be a single. Does get hard edged back, but it will be a single. 11 for nothing through 2.1. Tamim Iqbal. I'm not too sure who that is. I haven't heard. Tamim Iqbal. BCB. Hold on. BCB. I was thinking Royal Challengers Bangalore. Who are you talking about with BCB? Or are you saying... Did you misspell that? It is RCB. And you are referring to Bangalore. Odds are 141.5 for total innings runs for Namibia. I would go... Oh, but this is a good pitch for batting. And that is well struck for a 4. Well done, Fry Link. On 7. 15 for nothing. You know what? Oh, Bangladesh. Oh, okay, Shatij. Oh, BCB Bangladesh. Okay. Oh, Bangladesh Cricket Board. Is that who you're referring to? Tamim is an opener for Bangladesh who now is retired. 141.5 is a big total for Namibia. That's a big total, man. I reckon go with the risk. They've started off quite well here. Swing and a miss. This is a good batting pitch, man. You know what? Back him in. I reckon that could be a shout. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a sweat. I feel like that's a little bit too high, is what they've put on there. Like, if I was being generous, I would have been more so around that 130, maybe 140, but 141.5 is pretty big for a team of Namibia's standards going up against India. Like, Namibia is in 15th. India has 4 of the top 20 bowlers in the world that is currently in this game. Surely no. I would go for it. I would say that there is a shout, but it's a tough one. It's a really... Oh, it's a 6. I can get on it. They're batting well here. Frylink with a 6 to get to 13, and it's 21 for nothing through 2.4. I've gone for over 141.5. I think that the stadium itself gives you that confidence behind that, maybe. Draz says, what do you think about Indians claiming that Kohli was forced by Gambhir to retire, or are they just speaking from emotion for their hero? I reckon it's probably emotion. I would say that's probably emotion for their hero. But that is a huge 6 there, and it's 21 for nothing through 2.4. Frylink, he's still on strike here. Hardik Pandya next bolt. And, oof, that will be chopped down. They'll get a single out of it, though. They're running well here, too. Namibia, 22 for nothing. JJ Smith is a good batter, and Rasmus is solid, so it's a good start for the openers, and you bring those 2 in. So over 141 looks solid. It does on a pitch like Delhi. Again, the team who bats second wins 60% of the time here, but 209 is ridiculous, even though 221 is the average in 2025. So based off of the average, you'd expect the Namibians to get here, but obviously it's Namibia, so you're not going to expect them to do that at all. And that will be swung in behind for a single here for Steenkamp. He'll be on 9. If this was against New Zealand, they could chase this down. If this was against Australia, they could chase this down. South Africa could chase this down. England, despite how shocking they've been, could chase this down. I don't feel like Pakistan would be able to chase down this 209. I feel like there's still a potential of them going big, though. Gambhir has been an arrogant muppet from the time he stepped in. He stopped shaking hands with Kohli after Kohli didn't agree with Gambhir's fitness remarks on Rohit and Kohli. Well, then maybe that is the case. Maybe it's not just about emotion, and maybe it is. There is legitimate discussion behind it. So Arshdeep, his next bowl. Oman could chase this down, could they, Brenton? You reckon? Big shot. Big shot. Good fielding. Just a single. Single at the boundary. You know you don't have to capitalise Kohli every single time, Duraz. Remember when Kohli and Gambhir had a near fight after an IPL game in like 2023? Now, Oman, they're fantastic. Shatij, I reckon they chase this down in 10 overs. Funnily enough, India against New Zealand would have chased down 209 in that third game of the T20. Would have chased down 209 in dead set, like 14 overs, 13 overs. Which is crazy to think about. That's a wide from Arshdeep. 25 for nothing. They're probably situated roughly around the 7 runs per over right now, I would assume. 7, 14, 21. No, they're above that. Yeah, 7.5, 8, 7.5 to 8 on the run rate. $3.1 overs down. Well, they're 25 runs from taken down Kraken's prediction of less than 50. Whoa, that's been smacked, and that's going to go for a 4. Let's go, Freilink. He gets a boundary, and it's 29 for nothing through 3.3. No, 3.2 because there was a wide, so this is 3.2. Tournament 4's 467. Which team will get the 500th for 33 left? If we can see a few here, probably that second game tomorrow, actually. Probably. Same as you. People give him hype for winning the T20 and CT, but let's be real, India are by far the best T20. Well, Freilink with another 4. 22 runs for Freilink through 14. It's 33 for nothing. They're at 10 runs per over. They are at 10 runs per over right now, and these aren't their best batters. But they've gotten off to a really good start. The thing is that Namibia just have to consistently do this the entire time, because India did it in spurts. They crushed the living shit out of the ball, and then the ball crushed the living shit out of them in the middle part, and then they crushed the living shit out of the ball again, and then they got just absolutely bowled to oblivion in the last 2 overs. If Namibia can keep it, it's a sit. Oh no, that is going to be out. Oh, dude, I thought that was going to be a 6 for a second there, but it will be caught out by the boundary. Arshdeep Singh with the wicket. Freilink is gone on 22. And the first wicket goes down. But he did his job there of 22. I think he can be proud of his effort there, Freilink. I'm more attached to Australia because I was born here, but I always want Bangladesh to do well, but they're shit. You're a fake Aussie, Draz. We've always called this. You've always been critical of the old Aussies. Greatest team of all time. Even though I don't speak much Bengali, Bangladesh is one of my main teams because of my dad. So I watched cricket from him, and Bangladesh was playing like Afghanistan in 2014. So my love for cricket started. Bangladesh was really improving at one stage, and then it just all went to shit. It'll all be politics. It'll all be because of that trust. That is the reason. 33 for 1 through 3.4. That first wicket comes down. Gambhir didn't clap when Kohli scored back-to-back centuries in the ODI series. Yeah, that's just stupid stuff. That's just really stupid stuff. So John Nicol Lofty Eaton will come in at 3 here for Namibia. 8, 9, 10 runs off the over, though, with the wicket. Good positive over here, regardless of that wicket for Namibia. Next bolt will be a dot ball. It's like you said as well, the pitchers were there too that try to take advantage, but when they play overseas, they can't post big scores enough or chase over 260. Wait, what are we talking about? It's like you said as well, the pitchers there too, they try to take advantage. Oh, in India, but they play overseas, they can't post big scores enough or chase over 260. Is that what are you referring to India here? As an Indian, I won't mind India losing. India's winning a lot these days already, and it'll be good world cricket overall. It'd be nice to see a different team win. It'd be awesome to see the Kiwis get up. I doubted them coming to this World Cup, but they have looked really good in the batting. It's just their bowling. But the Kiwis could be a really good shout with the way they're batting. Tim Seifert has been unbelievable. Tim Seifert has been, for mine so far, I've actually seen him as the star of the World Cup so far. And when he goes up against South Africa, if he posts another 50-plus score, I feel like he has to be so far the star of the World Cup. Who are you putting in above? Who has had a better World Cup right now than Seifert? In the batting, anyway. If you're talking about in the bowling, you're probably looking at... I feel like Nathan Ellis could be the guy. But if you're talking about the bowling currently, George Munsey's been brilliant for Scotland, but I'm still going Tim Seifert from New Zealand. Dubé, his first ball of his spell, and that's going to go for 4. No, there's going to be down the boundary. Just be a single. Can Seifert break Kohli 314 runs record from 2014 T20 World Cup? Felch says, oh, man, right now... So what's he got currently? He's got a lot, mate. He's got a lot. He got 89 the other day, and then what did he get against? He got 89. What did he get against? No, the 89 was. Who was the 89 against? Because he got 65 against Afghanistan. 65 against Afghanistan. Oh, UAE, that's right. So what's that? So that's 140, 153. 153, so 314. He needs to double and a little bit more. He's got South Africa, and then who's the other team? Canada. He can definitely do it against Canada. He can go for a big score there. South Africa's the biggest detriment to that question there, Fauj. But their bowling's not spectacular at the moment. They should have lost to Afghanistan. They should have, but Afghanistan just didn't handle the nerves properly. I'm going to say yes, he can. I'm going to say yeah, he can. Do you agree or do you disagree? Taraz says Gabuz played the best innings for me. It was unbelievable. Personally, just a shame his teammates bottled it for him. Why did he not open the second super over? Why? And then he comes in after the wicket in the second super over and then gets 3 sixes in a row. Like, if he opens... Ooh, that bat got stuck. He was probably gone, mind you, and it would have been a run out, but he's fine if it just didn't hit the stumps. If that hit the stumps, Lofty Eaton would have been gone there. Ooh, that will stay inside the line. That'll be a dot ball. So, Fauj, I've been talking about this the last couple of days. I also think Zimbabwe will go in the Super 8. It's going to be an interesting match with Australia tomorrow. I can't stream it, but I will be here later on in the day. I'll be streaming other sports, and unfortunately, I'll miss it because I would really love to have. That's the spewing. I missed that Australia Zimbabwe game. But I've been saying it for the last couple of days. Sri Lanka are beatable. Sri Lanka are very beatable right now. Even though they got 225 against Oman, it's expected against Oman. Australia might get 7 million runs against them. That's going to be smashed over the top. I don't think it has enough on it for a 4, though. No, it'll be 2 runs here. 39 for 1 through 4.5. I think Zimbabwe Sri Lanka is a massive game because Musa Rabani has been fantastic. Sikandar Raza is now the number 1 ranked on the all-rounders, funnily enough, in the ICC. They've got, and Ngarava was bowling great the other day as well. They've got a good team, mate. I feel like Zimbabwe is a great shout, but don't fall off on Sri Lanka either because they are at home, which will help them. If this was anywhere else, I feel like Zimbabwe do definitely get over the top of them, but it'll be at our Pramadasa Stadium, and it's going to be tough to see the Sri Lankans lose that. But with that being said, they do look good. If that's at Sinhalese, hold on, that'll be a single here for Steenkamp. He'll be on 14, it'll be 40 for 1. Is that game at Sinhalese Stadium, or is it at our Pramadasa? Because our Pramadasa is spin, while Sinhalese is more pace. So Sri Lanka versus Zimbabwe is on next Thursday. I'll be live for it. Beautiful. I'll be here. But is that at Sinhalese or Upper Martasa? It's at Upper Martasa, so it is more spin dominant. You'd probably be leaning with Sri Lanka there on a more spin dominant big stadium there in Pramadasa. But it would be a good game. It would be good. So why did the ICC put Afghanistan in that tough group and then India in an easy group? They could have put Afghanistan in Group A. That'd have been awesome. That would have been awesome to see that. Oh, that's been put up, and that'll be a 4 for Steenkamp. He'll be on 18. 44 for 1 through 5.1. You know very well why India and Pakistan are in the same group here, Falsh. I think everyone knows why they're in the same group. So that's a beautiful 4 there from the Namibians. Dry says, what I hate about that result is a team like Afghanistan who is improving but let another chance slip. It's a World Cup every 2 years. You don't want to keep having moments where you leave with a lot of what-ifs. So many what-ifs from that South Africa game. Big shot, and that will be a 4. Steenkamp, back-to-back boundaries here on Archetype Singe. 48 for 1 through 5.2. They're still dabbling around the 10 runs and over. they're actually making this game relatively competitive. They're actually keeping themselves in with a chance of actually genuinely chasing 200 if they maintain this strike rate. Yeah, revenue, mate. What else could it be? That's what I'm saying. Everyone knows the reason why they're in. So next bolt. Oh, that's a wide. Yep, that is a wide. Bit of pressure here, and the Namibians, they hit the 50. It'll be... No, sorry, they're at 49. They haven't hit 50 quite just yet. I'm just happy it's not 20 for 3 and we can appreciate some good batting. Yeah, it's good. Some good batting here. Some good batting. You know, Steenkamp not out on 23. You saw Jan Freilink, who got out on 22, but still gave it a positive innings. And Lofty Eaton, it's only early doors here. You still got to see Erasmus come in. This is super right now from the Namibians. Next ball from Singe. Swing and a miss. Maybe too high. I think it's okay. It is okay. So it won't be a wide. No, it is a wide. No, it is a wide. Oh, no, I don't think so. Oh, is he out? Wait, what? The commentary just said he got a piece on that. I don't think so. I don't think so. No, he's okay. Commentary just confused the shit out of me. No, he's fine. He's still in. And that is going to be sent to the boundary just for a single, though. So 50 for 1. They do bring up the 50 through 5.4. 50 for 1. They're not quite at the 10 runs per over, but they've done well. Shatish says the ads rate for India vs Pakistan go up to $500,000 Aussie dollars per second during the India-Pakistan clash. Wow. Yeah, like I said, like we're going to obviously be streaming India vs Pakistan on Sunday, and it's going to be really exciting. But I'm really glad that there's thousands of Hindi and Urdu channels out there that will take away views from me. And I don't usually say that, but I just feel like that's not necessarily a stream I want to grow on in a lot of ways, because I just feel like it could get really, really toxic, and the moderators will have to deal with a lot there. I just want to be able to enjoy that game because I think it's going to be a really fun game because Pakistan have the ability to frustrate them in those middle overs. In fact, just imagine Italy beat England. It'll be tough, but will really make that group interesting. The whole group's interesting as it is, man. England should no, not should have, but were very close to losing in Nepal. It would be amazing to see, but I doubt it. I think England still go through. However, the Scottish and Italy won't be easy beats with how Italy beat Nepal today, and also with how Scotland have been tracking as well. So 51 for 1 through 5.5. Arshdeep Singh smacked over the top for a 4. Oh, it's a 6! It's a 6 here from Steenkamp. Steenkamp gets to 29. It's 57 for 1. They're still hovering around that 10 runs per over rate. They're still hovering around it. They're only 3 runs behind the 10 runs per over rate. 6 overs gone here, guys. It's a drinks break. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Namibia are actually making a relative game out of this if they're consistent with it. They don't need to do what India did and have their spurts. They just need to consistently be around this point, and they currently have sat here for a while. This is good from Namibia. This is very good. So hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. We are 6 overs deep, still 14 overs to go, but Namibia, they are playing some impressive cricket at the moment. England have never defeated any European nation at the World Cup. Is that true? Ever? No. No, surely not. Haven't defeated any European nation yet at the World Cup? Ever? Surely that's not true. That's insane to hear that. But the funniest thing is that England's tournament would basically be done if Nepal had been able to chase that total. If Nepal just were able to be a bit more calm and composed during that final over, England would almost be already out. Almost. But obviously they were able to get the job done in the end. So just waiting here for this drinks break to be finished. But I know Carl just wants to have a reason to get behind the Australians anyway, so, you know. He's just hoping for England to lose so that he can get on the Australian bandwagon, get on the train, choo-choo. All aboard, mate. All aboard. 9.5 run rate for Namibia. This is good stuff. Again, Delhi is a good place to bat. They love to bat in Delhi. They only got 156 here in Namibia against the Netherlands. But with that being said, this is a good place to bat. And the team that bats second wins 60% of the time. Actually, I asked the Indians here, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this World Cup right now? Are you impressed? Or are you feeling a little bit like this isn't looking spectacular as we currently speak? There's a lot of questions that we're having to ask about India under this pressure tournament. It's a pressure tournament. You funneled all your money, all the financials. Jasprit Bumrah is about to have a bowl. You funnel everything you have into this World Cup. You're at home. You're number one ranked in the ICC. You arguably should have lost to the USA if not for a Yadav dropped catch at 15 when he went for 84. And right now you're letting Namibia keep in this game. That's a wide. That's a wide here from Bumrah. Yep, there's the wide. 58 for 1 through 6. Surely you must be a little bit concerned right now that you haven't played a big dog team, but you have allowed these teams sitting at around 15th, I think, for Namibia and 19th for America. I'm going to confirm that. 15th for Namibia and, 18th for the USA to be in these games. Next bowl from Jasprit. And that is going to be knocked in over the top just for a single. 59 for 1 through 6.1. Middle order looks shaky, Shatij says, but bowlers aren't firing yet. They're not firing yet. But it's not even just the middle order right now. Like the middle order is looking rough. But we also saw the middle order kind of come to the rescue in a lot of ways against the USA. Because Abhishek Sharma disappointed with a golden duck in that game against the USA. Or was it duck, not a golden duck? That'll be a dot ball. To be absolutely honest, Pakistan can expose Indian batting on Sunday, although I don't want that to happen. I agree, Shatij. I am really nervous for India because I know how Pakistan bowl in between that consolidate period of 7 to 14. Your worst time for India is between 7 and 14, as you found out tonight and as you kind of found out in that USA game. The consolidate period in the middle of the game falls away, and that's where Pakistan squeeze. That's where they get you. So that's an interesting battle between 7 and 14. And their spin just... Ooh, that's probably going to be a wide. Is it too high? No, it's just fine. He's saying it's okay. Good bowling from Bumrah. It was very close to a wide, though. Oh, it's a no ball. It's a no ball here from Bumrah. Free hit coming up. So that'll be a single. So a free run. That'll be 60 for 1. And now, Steenkamp, you can unleash the 6 if you can get it. If you can get it. Fouch says, World Cups are great, but it feels like we're having ICC tournaments every 6 weeks. Yeah, but we don't see another, maybe more so for Asia, but as an Australian, obviously we don't really, he's bowled him, but it was a good bowl. It was a good bowl, but it was a free hit, so it doesn't matter. It's a prime-time bowl from Bumrah, but it was a free hit, so there's no wicket. At least it doesn't give up a big shot, though. What a Yorker. What a Yorker. They will get the 1 run on the buys there. But no, Australia, we don't really play those other tournaments and whatnot, man. So it doesn't really feel a lot for us, but I get it for a lot of the Asian teams. Next bowl from Bumrah, and it's a 4. It's a 4 from Lofty Eaton. 65 for 1 through 6.4. Woohoo! Namibia, hello. The next ICC World Cup is the ODI next year. That's in South Africa. That'll be good. That'll be good. I don't know what will happen there because India, they don't look fantastic at the ODIs right now. Australia will be fine. New Zealand are looking really good in ODIs. I don't know how England's going to be. South Africa should be firing considering it's a home World Cup. It'll be very interesting. So next bolt. And that will be maybe 2 runs. They're calling 2. They're calling 2. They will get 2. Good running. Lofty Eaton to 13. It's 67 for 1 through 6.5. They're at 10 runs per over at the moment. They're at 10.86 on the required rate. They're probably just under the 10 as we currently speak, like 9.9 kind of deal. Pakistan's playing all their matches at the same venue. It will never be easy for India to travel to Sri Lanka for one match and adapt to those conditions right away. Sure, but also, you had this benefit when the tournament was in Pakistan, and you won that tournament. So, if you're saying and complaining and criticising that, well, you've got to see it from another perspective and think that you received that benefit at one stage. And that's going to be the end of the over. So, look, 1 for 67 here for Namibia through 7 overs. 143 runs from 79 balls. It's doable. I don't think it happens by any stretch of the imagination. But it's not like they're out of it. It isn't. Farges, I don't have any problem with Tariq. Just he takes a long pause and still bowls wide. Yeah, no, it's a hard one to fathom, the old Tariq. Required rate is 11. I feel it's just an advantage to Tariq. Like, you really have to adapt as a batter. Easy to say batters have to adapt until you face it. So, Varun Chakravarthy, number 1 ranked on the ICC rankings. 95 control, 98 threat, 96 variations. So, I think he's a pretty good bowler here, lads. I think he's a pretty good bowler. Steenkamp on 29. Lofty Eaton on 11. And bowled him. See you later. First bowl, he's gone. Steenkamp has been slaughtered, and that's why he's the number 1 ranked in the ICC bowling rankings. That is a big bopper wicket there to break this partnership up, and 67 for 2. And it's like he was going for a big cover drive there. Oh, he was just going up Broadway, but he just didn't get anywhere near the ball, and see you later. He's been bowled. He has been bowled. Namibia won't be able to read him. Well, they clearly didn't just then. We've already seen the wicket. Fauch says, just like all small teams, now a bunch of wickets coming and run rate will climb down. Absolutely. I wanted to just keep some positivity behind them, mate, and to keep thinking that we could see a game here. But at the end of the day, we all know India is holding out in 209, and we all know it would be very impressive for Namibia to get to 150. I think they can take positives from this game regardless of how it finishes from here on out. You know, at the end of the day, some people doubted them for 50, some people doubted them for 100. I think Satish will be a little bit nervous right now about that 140, but no, it's still on if Erasmus can come in. But it's just that Chakravarthy is very good. He's very good, and it'll be very difficult for Namibia to get any form of read on him whatsoever. Erasmus ranked number 85 in the world on the ICC batting rankings. He's their only top 100 batter. She says, Phil Firmino's right here. When the number 1 T20 bowler is up against you and you have no idea how he bowls, given you haven't played any cricket against him. Yeah. But, geez, he's just nowhere near the ball there. Shaped up out to that left stump, but just cuts right into that middle stump and he's gone. Oh, my gosh, that's going to be an awkward shot, but we'll get maybe 2. Yeah, they'll get 2 runs out of it. Erasmus will be on 2, and it's 69 for 2. Carlos says, wow, I should have given them more credit than 73. I stand corrected. It's a great batting pitch, mate. That's why it was a little bit underdone. It's a great batting pitch, Delhi. They've done really well, but they've just come a guts a little bit here with Chakravarthy, who was the number 1 ranked ICC bowler. They will get a single out of this. They'll get to the 70. 70 for 2 through 7.4. Coley loves playing outside of his office stump. He does love a nice little nick into the slips. Coley's a big fan of that. He's a massive fan of the old nick into the slips. Can't get a bigger fan than Coley to the slips. He's the number one fanboy. 7.4 overs down. 70 for 2. Googlies in two T20s. 92.8 kilometers an hour in 2024. I didn't see the 2025. Ooh, completely misses that and beats the outside edge, but he does keep his foot behind the crease. So he stays in here, Lofty. You've just got to get through and survive these overs from Varun. You can't really do too much, man. There's no chance of hitting that ball. It just sells you a complete dream when you go for a swing and then it just cuts away. Oh, he's going to get a good shot there. Misfield. Could be 2. Could be 2. Will, I think, only be a single, though. Yeah. 71 for 2. So 4 runs and a wicket off of the over. Very good over there for Varun. Very good over. Yeah, you've got to appreciate the ground staff. They're showing them, putting in the effort here. They're always the unsung heroes of cricket. Always the unsung heroes of sport. They're the ones that make this this pitch as beautiful as it's been. So Namibia on 71 for 2, 8 overs in. 9 matches at Arunjali Stadium in T20I, New Delhi. Oh, I missed it. They put the graphics up way too quickly on the screen and you just miss it. Axar Patel, you'll come in. 96 on the control, 89 on the threat, 63 on the variation. Bit of spin, and it's going to be a single here. 72 for 2. Positive innings for Namibia regardless. Positive innings for India regardless here. I love how there's a Budweiser non-alcoholic section. Fauj with the 179 rupee donation. Get around you, Fauj. Appreciate you for supporting the channel, brother. Says, will be seeing more upsets from next 20 World Cup. Do you mean from the T20 World Cup in 2 years' time? I believe it's in Australia. Oh, that's up in the air. That's up in the air. Is he gone? It's a 6. It's gone past the boundary for a 6 from Erasmus. And he'll get the 9. Are you saying from the next T20 World Cup, or are you saying from here on in the T20 World Cup, Fauj? But thank you very much for your donation, brother. If you're talking about from here on out, it's hard. But if you're talking from next T20 World Cup that's in 2028, then I'll back it. That'll be a dot ball here. Gerhard Erasmus, 148 fours in his career, 66 sixes and a strike rate of 125 in his T20I career. And he's gone for another 6. That's up in the air again, and I think that's gone for a 6 again. It has. Smashed by Erasmus. 84 for 2. Erasmus on 15 from 6. Massive. I think he's saying, Fauj is saying that he's from India. Well, he's donated in rupees, so I've definitely assumed that he's Indian. Fauj says, yeah, from the next T20 World Cup, associate nations will not be seeing big teams as big anymore. Not seeing teams like India or Australia as big teams anymore. I think that's a bit of a tough push, but I can see what you're saying in regards to everyone else. That doesn't mean I couldn't see like an upset of India or Australia, but I think they'll still always consider those 2 teams the big dogs. Chandigarh. Erasmus 15, Lofty 8, not 13. 126 more runs needed from 68 balls. They're going at 9.69. It's a very respectable run rate here from Namibia. Run rate 9.69, required is 11.12. If they can keep having a big over here, they're on again. Swing back, just short of the fielder, so it will be a single. Jasper Bumrah was there waiting for it. Just a reminder, though, guys, we will not be live for the first 2 games tomorrow, even though I'm spewing I won't be here for Australia vs Zimbabwe. I'll be live streaming on this channel, but for Rugby League, I will be here for the USA vs Netherlands. And then on Saturday, we miss the first 2 games. I'll be single there. Miss the first 2 games, but then I'll be live for New Zealand versus South Africa. And then on Sunday, we won't be live for the first 2 games. We'll be live for the big one, India vs Pakistan. And then we will not miss a single cricket game from Monday onwards in this tournament. Not a single one. Unless, hold on. Like, I may take a rest at one stage because streaming for 12-hour days gets brutal on Monday. So, Monday is Afghanistan, UAE, England, Italy, and Australia, Sri Lanka. That's a good day, actually. It's a good day. Tuesday is New Zealand, Canada, Ireland, Zimbabwe, and Scotland versus Nepal. Scotland, Nepal's actually an interesting little game. It's not a bad day. New Zealand keep getting those early games. That's going to be whacked for... No, just a single here for Erasmus. He'll be on 17. 86 for 2 through 9.1. On Wednesday, you've got South Africa versus UAE, Pakistan, Namibia, and India, Netherlands. Plenty of good action. On Thursday, you've got West Indies, Italy, Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe, and Afghanistan, Canada. I could potentially skip Afghanistan, Canada. No, I may. We'll see how we're feeling. No, because then the next day it's the one Australia versus Oman. Then on the Sunday it's 2 games in Super 8. Monday 1 game, Tuesday 1 game, Wednesday 1 game, Thursday 2 games. Oh, I don't know if he's got enough of that one. Lofty Eaton is gone. Lofty Eaton has been picked up on 13. And Varun Chakravarthi has got another wicket. He's 2 for 5 through 1.2. So, Fauj, just wait in the chat, bro, until you hear me commentate it before you drop the comment of out and before you drop what you've seen. Because some people use me as a commentary for the game, and they can't actually watch the game. So, just wait until you hear me commentate it before you do drop it there. I didn't see it, but, it's just for the other people in the chat who can't actually watch it. But that is out. That is out for Nicole Lofty Eaton. Caught by Akshar Patel, bowled by Varun Chakravarthi. Great bowling battle between Varun and Abar Ahmed on Sunday. Really good spinners bowling battle there. Actually, Abar Ahmed, he is number 2 still on the bowling rankings. I feel Adil Rashid will actually go above. Oh no, there's a big gap between Rashid and Khan. 737, 710. Hasaranga is going to find it tough to hold out a guy like Mohammad Nawaz, who's only 7 points behind him. Zampa could, by the end of this World Cup, if he has a big one, he could do something. You should prefer England versus Scotland over New Zealand versus South Africa on Saturday. So, Fauj, we're actually like a rugby league channel here, but I also am creating cricket content and streaming the cricket games. So on Saturday, I have 4 NRL streams. I always bowled him. Varun straight through him. Smith's gone on 0, and now you can start to sing the song for the Namibians. JJ Smith is gone on a duck. He is gone. But yeah, so we've got 4 NRL streams on Saturday, and then I'll be doing South Africa versus New Zealand. So I would have loved to have streamed the England versus Scotland game, absolutely, but unfortunately I can't. Just like I miss out on my own team playing tomorrow in Australia versus Zimbabwe because I am streaming the NRL. So unfortunately I'm not able to do the 2 early games tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, regardless of who it is. So 86 for 4 with 9.4 overs gone. JJ Smith out for a duckety duck, quackety quack. He's gone. Gone. 124 needed from 62. Average for Varun, batting average in T20 since 2024. Front foot 15.3. Back foot 23.6, stepping out 9.2. Zane Green comes in for the Namibians, 86 for 4. And Varun is just doing a job at the moment on the Namibians. He comes in and he's just absolutely slaughtered them. 3 wickets, 6 runs, 1.5 overs. It is a fantastic spell here for Varun. That is why he is number 1 on the rankings. No, Feedy Bomb's only for the Feedy Bomb. You don't get to just make it up as you go along. A Feedy Bomb is for the Feedy Bomb. Next bowl here from Varun. That will be a single. So 18 runs for Erasmus and 88 for 4. I think, look, 10 overs down. You do like to double it for the 168, 176, and then add the 20 to 30. That brings them up to around the 200, but they're not getting anywhere close to that. I feel like right now they should be happy with where they're at. They should be very happy with where they're at right now. They'll definitely get to the 100, and then it's just about how much they can get into the hundreds. $122 from 60. 21 runs, 3 wickets, and 2 sixes in the last 18 balls. Oh, he's opened up, and he's gone for that, and that's gone straight up in the air. He's had a 6. He's gone. Erasmus has gone on 18. And now it's 88 for 5, and they've really just crunched this middle period here, India. They've really crunched the middle period. And it's 88 for 5 with 9.5 overs to go, but we're not seeing the full 20 here, lads. Now it'll be hard to even reach 150 as Erasmus is gone. Fauch, there's a chance they don't even get 120 now. They're not going to bat deep here, Namibia. We all know they're not going to have the depth there. And India are just such good bowlers that it's going to be very difficult to see Namibia come back from here and push above 120. You know, they could be less than 32 runs from here on out. Look at these guys. They've just been absolutely pumped in this middle portion. And you might even just see Chakravarthi just keep bowling, really. You might just see them try and end this game. Fall of wickets, 33, 67, 86, 86 and 88. They've just lost 3 wickets in the space of 2 runs. And it's 2 brand new batters at the crease here. And there's not going to be any relenting here from India. That will be a dot ball. Yeah, I think 150's off the equation. I think 150's out of the cards. Next ball from Maxar. And that will be a dot ball. Bowling 89.1, 55 miles per hour. There'll be another dot ball here. Wicket and 3 dot balls. You're not complaining with that. Next ball. And another dot ball. This could be a wicket maiden if he gets through this next ball without giving up a run. A wicket maiden. Very impressive in T20. Next ball to Kruger. And it's a wicket maiden. Beautiful over. Wicket maiden for Axar Patel. 122 needed from 54. That's not happening. But just now, look at getting that 100. Huge wicket maiden there. Namibia undusted, but some positive signs to take regardless. Namibia in their next game. In their next game, the Namibians, they will take on USA on Sunday. That's the game before India-Pakistan. I won't be here for that. After that, the Namibians, their final game will be against... No, their final game is against the USA. Jasprit Bumrah is bowling. Do you know standing captain of Italy plays for the Adelaide Strikers? The standing captain of Italy plays for the Adelaide Strikers. Who's that? Plays for Adelaide Strikers. I know Ben Menenti obviously plays for the Sixers. But for the Strikers? Hold on, let me go have a look at this. And that will be a dot ball. Wayne Madsen. Wayne Madsen doesn't play for the Strikers. Wayne Madsen. Oh, that's sorry, standing captain. Who you said? Who's the standing captain? I can't even think here who played for the Strikers. Boomer 2 dot balls. They have not hit a run in about an over and a half right now. And that's going to be another dot ball. That's going to be a fine. I think that's, yeah, it's not going to be too high. So it'll be a dot ball. Harry Menenti. Oh, does Harry Menenti play with the Strikers, does he? I don't think he gets too much of a crack, though, does he? Does Harry Menenti play a lot for the Strikers? Adelaide Strikers. Does he get a lot of games for him? Scorecard. Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, no, fair enough. He's not really well known for his Adelaide Strikers, though. That'll be a single there for Green. So we'll get to 2. No, he did. He played in the final game against the Perth Scorchers. Harry Menenti. He got 10 runs. Ashton Turner caught him. Joel Paris bowled him. Against the Sydney Thunder did he play? Yeah, he did. He got out for 3. Yeah, see, he's not known for his BBL. Against Hobart, he got out for 3. Wow, he really disappointed in the BBL. Next bowl here from Bumrah. They finally got a run, though, at least Namibia. And it's going to be another dot ball. The other game against the Scorchers, he got out for a duck. Wow, his batting was awful. Awful. His batting was awful. Oh, damn, I really didn't realise that Luke Wood was a prime timer for the Adelaide Strikers. Yeah, no, I know about Wayne Madsen at South Africa. That's going to be a nice little dink in behind, but it should just be a single there. No, yeah, it will be 2 off the over. So 90 for 5 through 12 overs. 1 from 7 for Kruger, 2 from 5 for Green. I just want to see them get to the 100 here, mate. That's all I need to see them get to. Just get to the old Hungy. All right, well, we're slowing. We're going down towards the back end of this game now. Axar Patel, 1 for 14 through 2 overs. One for 14. Axar Patel. Oh, he's gone. That's an LB. That's an LB. No, he's saying no. Umpire said no, and I don't know if they're going to review this. It looked close, but they're just going to say no. He's asking here, Yadav. No, they're going to say no. Next ball from Patel. Oh, he's gone up at that one. He's tried to take it on. And that will go for a 4 from Kruger. Well done. 94 for 5. He takes it on and he gets it to the fence. 94 for 5. That's the first boundary in 22 deliveries. Namibia still should get to 142 for Shatij, but we'll have to work hard for them runs. I don't know, man. If they get a run, if they get a wicket, like it's taken them a long time to get a run. I don't know. 140 is still pretty high for them right now, considering they've only got 5 wickets left, and these guys are probably the last 2, and they've hogged the strike a lot. I don't know if they get that now. That's up in the air. This is gone. This is gone here. This is gone here. There should be a wicket, and caught. That's a great catch by Jasprit Bumrah. That is a really good catch by Bumrah, and Kruger has gone on 5, and I don't see them getting above 140, mate. It is 94 for 6. Really good catch there from Jasprit Bumrah. Really good stuff. Jay would have appreciated it. God bless Jay. He's a legend. Jay's a legend. He's a legend, that bloke. But Bumrah, really good grab there. From 76 to 1 to 94 for 6. This is why it's hard to trust these associate sides. 100%, but they are going up against an Indian team that have the best bowler in the world right now in the ICC rankings with Chakravarthi, Akshar Patel. He's in the top 20. Actually, no, is he in the top 20? Yes, he is. He's 17th. You got Bumrah in 15th. You got Arshdeep Singh in 14th. They've got 4 bowlers in the top 20, bro. You know, like I was trying to give you guys a little bit of hype, like Namibia were doing well, but we all knew that Namibia weren't going to get over the top here. We all knew it. 94 for 6 with 12.3 overs gone. I'm going to predict they're all out by the 16th over. I'm going to say that India just punched through them and get a good net run rate. That'll be single, 95 for 6. Especially if Green goes. Like, I don't know what this average is for Chumpleman and whatnot. There's a right-hand bat, age 28. Like, it was a good bowl there, though, from Patel. Because it was there to be hit, but then it just goes straight up in the air. And Bumrah had to do a lot to get to it, but he got to it. That will be a single. Ruben can smack a ball from the bits I've seen. All right. Well, then maybe he's their last chance at getting past that 120, 130 that I'm talking about. One ball remaining here from the Akshar over. Take some positives from this game regardless, Namibia. Swing and a miss. Nowhere close to it. Dot ball and 13 overs down. 96 for 6. India will be playing against West Indies, South Africa and Australia in Super 8 as it is already pre-seeded. Oh, okay, yeah, because the West Indies are pretty much guaranteed through. That's such a big group, man. It is really good, but I do feel like the other group is actually more tricky. Right now, I'd be fancying India and Australia there, obviously. But the other group will have Pakistan, New Zealand. Oh, still probably England. Still, they probably get through. But outside of that, geez, like, wow, I can't believe we even haven't discussed that. And then probably Sri Lanka, but maybe Zimbabwe. It's just a really tricky group that I feel like Pakistan, New Zealand should definitely go through, though, to the semis. We do have a genuinely decent shout at a Pakistan versus India final. There is a shout at it, which would lose so much money for India, because the game would be at Arpamadasar Stadium in Sri Lanka. If that happens. So Bumrah is bowling his third over here. 113 more runs from 41 balls. Bumrah gives up a single, 98 for 6. Collective celebration in Namibia. Oh, wow, they only got another run. Collective celebration in Namibia when they get these next 2 runs. England might even go on to win the World Cup. T20 cricket is unpredictable. It is very unpredictable. I don't think that England go on to win the T20 World Cup. But T20 cricket is very unpredictable. It'll be a ridiculous turnaround. Four balls left of the over. Yeah, England definitely do struggle. And dot ball. You just can't rely on them at all. You know, like Australia, it's hard to completely go all in them because of the injuries to Hazelwood and now to Mitchie Marsh, but now they've got Steve Smith come in, but Hazelwood and Cummins and no Starkey anymore, and Tim David wasn't there, but look, I've still got that confidence. I think everyone still believes in Australia. They hate on Australia, but they still know Australia's a big dog. And India, whilst they've been good in this game, they've also been horrific at points of this game. Pakistan are always super unpredictable, but with England, there's just no faith. I don't have any faith in them. I believe Smith is playing tomorrow versus Australia. I believe so, but if not, he'll definitely be in to play against Sri Lanka. That was an Aussie going crazy before and in this crowd. Australia's not playing, mate. Oh, he's gone. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, he's here. Oh, he should have been run out. He should have been run out. But he will not be, so we'll say at 99 for 6 through 13.5. It's a good bowl, though. I think he's meant to play tomorrow, but maybe that's a bit too quick. And it's not like Zimbabwe don't have a bowling attack to throw at him. Is tomorrow at Arpamadasar or is that at Sinhalese? That will be a single here, and they'll get to the 100. Well done, Namibia. Well done, Namibia. They get 100 for 6. They get to the 100 mark. There's 6 overs to go here, and they'll have a drinks break. Guys, hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Namibia at least get to the 100. They take the 100. I just want to quickly have a look here. Australia versus Zimbabwe. Is it Sinhalese or is it at Arpamadasar? It is at Arpamadasar. So it is still definitely spin, which probably favours the Australians there as well. But then the Australia versus Sri Lanka game obviously is going to be at Arpamadasar, which will favour the Sri Lanka. Oh, no, that's at Palakelly. Oh, wow, okay. The Australia versus Sri Lanka game's in Palakelly. I feel like Australia would have been more nervous in their bowling attack to us if it was at Sinhalese, which is more for that fast pace. And then the Australia versus Oman game, if that's at Sinhalese, it could be an absolute damn well 400er. No, it's at Palakelly. I'm not too sure about Palakelly. Not too sure. Jofra Archer is playing in Australia just because he was good in 2019 World Cup and he bowled a damn good bounce at Labuschagne on his Ashes debut. Yeah, sure, but he's just not as good as what we were expecting him to be. So 6 overs to go here. He's a lazy cricketer, man. He is a lazy cricketer. He doesn't have the energy. He doesn't have the motivation. He doesn't have the dedication to the game. Yes, he can bowl some really good balls, but there are so many times we sit there and go, he doesn't even look like he gives a shit. He doesn't look like he cares. He just goes through these games and looks like he's just a passenger and taking part in it. And you want to see so much more from him, man. You really do. You want to see so much more care factor from him. Because he can be a really good bowler. But, like, he's coming to an Ashes game with a pillow. Like, are you serious? He's coming to an Ashes game with a pillow. Get a grip. Draz says, I wouldn't say he doesn't have dedication, just has been very injury prone. You know what I mean? He has been injury prone, but also outside of that, doesn't look great. To chat with that Sean, Jay, and Brenton kind of becomes boring, I must say. Well, bro, the game's not hot and fiery. It's currently in Australia, 3:30 in the morning. It's 11:30 for me here in Vietnam. We don't have a massive cricket audience just yet, mate. So, no, I'm still enjoying. I'm still kicking back right now, but it's not the most enthralling because the game is how we expected it to be. And the Australians aren't really going to care too much about this, and sometimes they will click on and click off kind of deal. So 100 for 6 with 36 balls to go. Hardik Bandia comes in. He got 15 runs through 2 overs. Yeah, you can't be surprised that the Aussies that you're referring to there aren't really here for the old India versus Namibia game at 3:30 in the morning for them. Oh, swing and a miss. Jeez, it was close though. It did sound like there might have been something there, but I don't think so. So India will go into first in their group with a real solid net run rate. But first in their group will all come down to that Pakistan game. Not that it really matters because it's all seeded anyway. I won't be working till the end of the month to focus on Ramadan, so I'm a lot last few days, but I'm happy regardless to be chatting about sport I love even this late. Yeah, exactly. That'd be coming back for a single. Because otherwise you'd be watching this game by yourself, 3:30 in the morning. It'd suck. It would suck to be in Australia, 3:30 in the morning, and watch the game by yourself. So India's next game, Pakistan in Colombo, Pramodar Stadium on the 15th of February, and then they play in Ahmedabad against the Netherlands on the 18th of February. Brent, I'm still listening in, just trying to put the young fella to sleep. Yeah, well, it's not too much of an enthralling game here, Brenton. Namibia gave it a crack, but ultimately India going to be too good here. So you go put that future Gold Coast Titans man to sleep. Get around him. And they'll get a single. Fauch says, Jofra Archer was so good in his young days when he used to be a part of the Rajasthan Royals, and same with Rashid Khan when he was in SRH. Sunrise Hyderabad barely used to give 20 runs in 4 overs. Rashid Khan was unbelievable when he was at the Adelaide Strikers. He was awesome and won a trophy at the Adelaide Strikers. Jofra Archer was pretty good when he was at, I think, Hobart Hurricanes. But his injuries have just crunched him. No, that's 238 for me. Yeah, exactly right. And you're not even in India or obviously Namibia fan, Night Eyes as well. So it shows you your love of the game. Like if you're up at this time, like myself, like you guys, and you're not a fan of either of these two teams, you know you just love the game. It's just about the love of the game. Because why else would you be up watching a blowout win for India at that ridiculous time in the morning? There'd just be no purpose to it. So you should actually be super proud of yourself because it shows that you are a dedicated fan compared to a lot of other people who will just watch the final and then call themselves as dedicated as you. And people do that. People will watch the finals, they'll watch the Super 8, and they'll watch the finals, and they'll try to claim that they've watched the entire tournament, and they'll try to claim that they're as deep as a fan as you. And it's bullshit. We get this with rugby league all the time. We get a couple of people watch Origin and they think they know everything about everything. The worst is actually the Socceroos. When the FIFA World Cup is on, everyone thinks they know everything about football when they know jack shit about football. They absolutely know nothing about football. They've not even watched a game of the A-League or they've not watched a game of the Premier League. They know nothing of any of these Australian players. And then every Australian somehow has like a deep and meaningful opinion about every single Australian player. And you're like, you don't have a clue what you're talking about, mate. And the same thing goes for cricket, but at least people have a better idea about cricket. But they also don't understand the concept of different formats. So people will have the same opinion of Cameron Green from Test, and they'll put him into the T20 context. Like if you watch Cameron Green in T20, you're actually pretty happy with him overall. But if you're talking Cameron Green in Test cricket, it makes you want to headbutt a brick wall 19 times over. So, like, these people will watch these games and they'll be like, oh, not Cameron Green. How is he at 3 or 4? And you're just like, well, he's actually one of our best batters at the moment in regards to T20. But if he was at 3-4 in Test cricket, I'm putting myself out this window and I'm going head first. But people just always seem to have this 100% opinion that they know everything when they don't watch shit. Brent says he definitely does. Tiz field a few the night as well. Go on, mate. Make sure he has a diaper on. Of course he does. What a weird comment. What a weird comment. Oh, that's going to be a dot ball. Dubé is bowling. 4.5 overs to go. This will be impressive for Namibia if they can not get out. If they can hold out and oh, it's a no ball. This is a no ball here. Dubé gives up the no ball. Free hit. Dry says, funny Blades, because I'm telling my mates before the World Cup, yeah, how boring are these associate teams playing so many games early on. Let's just start watching them from Super 8s, but here I am. Yeah, well, you probably, and this isn't to big myself up, but you probably wouldn't watch a lot of those associate games if we weren't streaming them. You probably wouldn't. I mean, like, maybe, I don't know yet, but like you might be still. But if we weren't streaming them, would you really have watched? That's going to be a dot ball. Good bowl. Would you really have watched South Africa versus Canada. Oh, maybe because of South Africa. Would you have watched a game like Zimbabwe versus Oman if we weren't streaming? Smith says, my missus is in town, which means my sport intake is about to be drastically reduced. I'm so sorry to hear, Smithster. God bless you. God bless you. Surely you're going to still be with us for the Super 8s and the finals, but semi-finals and the final, though, Smithster. Surely. How long is she in town for? Get her into the cricket, mate. Get her into the cricket and rugby league. That's going to be another dot ball, maybe a wide. Yeah, it's a wide. I didn't even think Namibia would even win or come close, but as you said, when you love it so much, you still tick around. And I love coming on and seeing you stream yourself. You are learning more. Well, yeah, like I'm learning more about these associate teams and whatnot. Like, obviously, I know cricket, but I would never have watched Namibia outside of it. I am not really happy with the way India batted the last 2 overs. Fast bowling was ridiculous, specifically Arshdeep. I agree. And I think that this has been a very questionable game from India. And if they played against a team that wasn't Namibia, it would have been a different story and it would have been a very competitive game here. I think that India bat really well for the first 6-7 overs and then were awful from the 7 to about the 14 and then were amazing from the 15 until the 18 and then it was the worst train wreck nightmare disaster ever for the last 2 overs. Very inconsistent there. If you're playing Pakistan, you might have lost this game. You probably would have lost this game. I feel like if you played Pakistan today, that's going to be too high. It'll be a dot ball though. You probably would have lost this game. So you need to have a much better performance when you go to Parramatta on Sunday against Pakistan because they will restrict the living shit out of you. And you need to be able to find that form and to keep on going. And you don't want to lose that Pakistan game because that would be massive on the old mental mindset. In regards to the bowling, Chakravarthi has actually saved you quite a bit because they were batting it about 10 per over for the first 7 overs and then started losing wickets because of Chakravarthi. Oh, they're going to review this. I think this was going too high, though. There were 2 collapses in between 20 overs against Pakistan. It's not going to be easy. I 100% agree. There's a clear gap between bat and ball, but I thought this was going over live, and I think it is going over. I think this is going over here. Original decision was not out. And that's way over, bro. That is over by like this much. That is off by about 10 centimeters. Imagine watching a game like this at 3 in the morning. Like, I'd rather be watching Netflix and going back to sleep, but it's fun chatting here. Exactly. I wouldn't be watching this game without doing a live stream. Next bowl, and that's a wide. Fire Fistum says on impact it was over. Mate, there was no chance that was hitting the stumps at any stage. I don't even know why they reviewed that. Well over. It says Pakistan. Oh, it's another no ball. It's another no ball here from Dubey. Pakistan had 4 specialist spinners: Abra, Ayub, Usman, Tariq, Mystery, and Nawaz. It's in Sri Lanka. Yeah. No, it's in Parramatta, which is a spin-first stadium. Which Charun would love, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a good battle. That's a free hit. That will be just a single. For Trumpelman, he'll be on 6. 109 for 6. 3.2 overs to go. No, look, it is going to be very interesting Sunday. We will be live for it. So if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button and smash the thumbs up button. We will be live for it. If you are Indian or if you are Pakistani, I will say the moderators will time you out if you are disrespectful on the stream. Just take and enjoy the cricket. Watch the game for what it is. I'll be a single here for green. And do not take political pot shots at each other. You can banter, but also keep it within reason, is what I'll say. I just need to really focus and remind people of this. Because we don't want... You guys have been here for these streams. You know, we just want to enjoy and have fun. We don't want to go down a political direction. And I understand about your rivalry, and I understand how hot and fiery it is going to be. but just keep it respectful and chat. And hopefully we get an amazing game of cricket that we can all enjoy. And someone will go home and win up. That's going to be a dot ball. That will be straight into the pads, but won't hit the stumps. So hopefully we can all just have a good fun time, and you don't have to send Brenton and maybe Jay if he's back, but Brenton and the likes into timeout central. But show passion. Don't get me wrong. You can show passion, but you know what we're talking about. You know the line that we're referring to. Just don't cross that line on Sunday. India catch efficiency, taken 10, dropped 1, success of 91% so far in this World Cup. This World Cup, we've seen a lot of big dropped catches that have ended up being the turning point of games. India, at the very least, have been very good in the field. 4 overs to go here. Bumrah will get his final over. He's only given up the 15 runs with an economy of 5 on the dot. A Varun 3.5 economy. 12 on the economy for Arshdeep through 3 overs is ridiculous. So Green, 9 from 13. This is a success for Namibia if they can get out without losing all their wickets. If they get through the full 20, I think they can take a success that they've gotten past 110 here already. And if they can get through the next 3.5 overs, I feel like India will be disappointed they couldn't bowl them out. They'll be disappointed it took so long to get a second wicket. And Namibia can take some solace in it. 3.5 overs to go. Learning more as in not the game, but players from different teams. Like when you streamed the Zimbabwe game, you learned Zimbabwe beat Australia in an ODI in 2022. It allows you to do more research. I feel like the best thing about streaming Zimbabwe was learning about guys like Musa Barani and obviously I know Sikandar Razak, but guys like Sikandar Razak and Ngarava. Good bowlers, man. And Brennan Taylor. Is it Brennan Taylor? Hold on 1 second. My brain is fried right now. I'm tired at the moment. That's going to be a single here for Green. He'll be on 10. Brian Bennett, sorry, is who I'm thinking of. Not Brian Taylor. Brian Bennett. Brian Bennett. Damn, that game was all the way back on Monday. I can't believe that was 3 days ago. It feels like it was yesterday. That was 3 days ago. I've seen a lot of cricket in between. 3.3 overs left here. 99 runs and 21 balls. Don't even think about the comeback, but just think of... Oh, he's bowled him. See you later. Jasprit Bumrah will slap Trumpelman over, and that is a 111 for 7. He's been bowled. See you later. Got him. Gone. Off your pop. Trumpelman, 6 for 16. He was just trying to survive, and unfortunately, he doesn't survive too much longer. Bumrah gets him gone there. Very good accuracy. And it's about as good as you can get from a fast bowler there. About as good as you get. And he knows he was just trying to survive, man. Can they get through these last 3.2 without these 3 wickets going down? Actually, comment in the chat now. Do you think Namibia survive the next 3.2? Or do you think that India will pick up these final 3.2 wickets? These final 3 wickets and these final 3.2 overs? Comment in the chat. Let me know. But we are winding down on this game now. He's definitely attempted a lot more Yorkers nowadays, Bumrah. 32% in 2025 compared to 25% in 2024 and 22% in 2023. I reckon they survive just with 2 wickets in hand. It'd be nice. That'd be a real positive for him. That's going to be chopped for a 4. Well done, Schultz. Schultzy with the 4. For Namibia, and that's 473 tournament 4s. 9 4s for Namibia, 4 6s. Beautiful protection of his stumps there, and knocks it over the boundary. Beautiful protection. There's a massive gap there between deep third and backward point. I think this is the final ball here from Bumrah, and it is. And over the top for a dot ball. 3 overs to go here, lads. 3 overs to go. 115 for 7. Has Tarun got another over? Sorry, Varun got another over? I think he does. He's got 2 more overs, Varun. He'll probably come in now. He'll probably finish him up right now, actually. I don't know if they do actually get through these next 3 overs. Yeah, he does have 2 more fire. And he's probably going to do it now and then obviously the last over. Varun, he's got 3 wickets already. Can he pick up a 5-fer? 57 for 1 with a 9.5 run rate in those 1 to 6 launch period. Then in the 7 to 14 consolidate period, it was 43 for 5 with a 5.38. Wow, that was a disastrous period. It's actually just going to be Hardik Pandya, so they're not going to bowl. They're not going to bowl him. Chakravarti. Varun will not get his full 4 overs here today. I'm interested why they're giving Hardik this over and not Varun. That'll be swung just for a single, maybe 2. Don't think they will do it. Yeah, just a single. So we won 16 for 7. Surely he gets 1 more over. What is it right now? So you've got Hardik, this is his 4th. Arshdeep Singh, I don't think bowls again. Shivam Dubey with 2. Bumrah done. Akshar Patel would have 1, and Varun Chakravarti has 2 more as well. So maybe they go. I don't know. There'll be a dot ball. Maybe they do go Patel and also Chakravarti. Bumrah is not at his perfect rhythm since the England series. He's been okay today. Like you wouldn't be complaining. 5 on the economy, 1 wicket. Most wickets for Indian T20 eyes. Arshdeep was with 121, I think it was. I think everyone won't be bowling anymore as that Muppet Gambia is a fan of testing bowling at the death. I find it ridiculous if that's the case. That's up in the air. He should be gone. He is caught. Scott Sid's gone on 4, and it is Namibia 116 for 8. He's been caught out by the boundary. 2 more wickets to go here. I don't think they get through these last 3.3 overs. I do think we'll see these last 2 wickets go down pretty quickly. So maybe they do put Patel then. But there's no way that Varun shouldn't be seeing only 2 overs in a T20. I did say 120 at the start of the game. Before the game started, before their innings started, I backed in 120, yeah. I said 120 on the dot. And they're at 116 for 8 right now. I think I've done pretty well. I've called a lot of these good scores, though. I have. I've given a good crack behind a couple of these good scores. Predictions. 116 for 8. I want 4 more runs and 2 wickets. And I'm on. I'm not on, I'm right, if that's the case. That would be spot on. Chikongo. What can he do? What can the old Chikongo get going? Hardik Pandya. Oh, he's out. He's out. That's LB. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. Chikongo's gone on a golden duck. Hardik Pandya. He's had a great game here. That's 2 for 21 through 3.3. Brilliant stuff. Oh, sorry, 1 for 21 through 3.3. Oh, don't review this. You know you're gone, Chikongo. You know you're gone. You're just wasting time now. You know this is plumbers all days. You know you're gone. Yeah, Hardik knows he's gone. Chikongo's just doing this for a laugh, mate. This is plumbers all days. It's going to be absolutely spot on middle stump. Pro just wants to get some runs for his name. Like, it's a clear gap between bat and ball, and it's literally hitting middle stump. There's nothing. I wouldn't give a shit if I saw that I wouldn't care if there was so much deviation on the ball tracker that it showed that it was going to hit the right stump. It hits middle stump, by the way. It is so obviously plumb. It's the most plumb that ever did plumb. But I wouldn't care. I would have known that would have hit the middle stump, regardless of what the ball tracker said. So it's an LBW. Hardick has bowled him with the LBW. And they're not surviving the last 2.2 overs here. And Hardick is on a hat-trick, by the way. Well, you got to commend me. 120 is what I predicted before their innings. I've done pretty well when they're at 116 with 1 wicket left. I've done pretty well. Done pretty well here. In Sri Lanka, pitches are quite challenging. Pakistan is on advantage. I agree. This time playing at Sri Lanka, only which was called upon India at Champion Trophy. I agree. Pramadasara is a spin first stadium. If it was at Senalise, advantage would be India. But at Pramadasa, that is absolutely a big advantage bowling-wise for the spinners of Pakistan. Well, 1 boundary and a wicket, and I'm on the money for the 120 bomb. But 1 wicket right now is probably going to come on this hat trick. You watch Hardik Pandya smack this over for the Hattie. Here we go. Can he end the game on a hat trick? Hardik Pandya. Maybe the final ball. No. Dot ball. Why would you not bowl at the stumps? Bowl at the stumps, bro. It's a bowler here. It's literally a bowler that you're going up against. Yeah, that's probably the worst delivery you could have ever put on for a hat-trick ball. Bowl at the stumps against a bowler. What are we doing? Next bowl. And it will be a dot ball, so we'll get past the over. That was just a horrific delivery for the hat-trick ball. Absolutely horrific. 2 more overs to go here. Surely they don't survive. I can't believe he reviewed that. Look at that again. Middle stump. It's as plumb as they come, dude. It's so far gone. It is so far damn well gone. By the way, have we had any problems in regards to the streaming quality today? Like at literally any point, have we had any problems? I don't know what happened yesterday. No idea. No idea. 2 overs left. And that's going to be a dot ball. Dubé bowling. Oh, it should be a single. No, they're going to go a dot ball. Are you seriously staying on strike here, Green? Seriously? You're seriously not going to go for a single? Come on. Shivam. Dubé. 5 balls left here at the over, but can he get this final wicket? 1 more wicket is needed, and that is gone. I think he's hit his own stump here. I think it's hit it with the bat. I don't think he was bowled. I think he's hit his own stump with the bat here. I want to look at this replay. Either way, Namibia will be all out 116. They can take positives overall, but 116 is still not fantastic, but they can take positives overall from the game, while India will have a lot of questions about their batting and also their bowling at points. But I want to see this again, because I think he's hit his own bat on the stumps here to finish this game off. Okay, here we go. As he's going for a sweep shot, yeah, his own bat has hit the stumps. He's literally just come across with the bat and hit his own stumps there, Green. Well, there we go, guys. India will get the win. A lot of questions will be asked about India. A lot of questions will be asked, man. It's going to be a lot of questions, but India will win by 93 runs. We will see you tomorrow, guys. I've got 2 streams. First one, I think, is Raiders Storm in the NRL, and then we'll have the Cowboys versus the Panthers in the NRL, followed by USA versus the Netherlands, and we might be doing a joint stream with my boy Real Fan Sports, because he's an American and watching the cricket too, so we might be doing a stream together there. But we'll see. We'll see how it does go. But guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here. I appreciate you for tuning in and watching along with with me here as India do get this big win. But now their focus turns to Pakistan on Sunday. Big game at Appamattasar Stadium in Sri Lanka. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.